Okay, now we're live on the YouTube side. Alright. Sorry for taking so long to get back. I really did kind of forgot I was going to be streaming for a second. I only really did. And then I started doing something else, like, was there something I'm supposed to do tonight? There was something I was supposed to do tonight. What was it? Like, oh, that's right. I was supposed to read the game. Play the game. Read the game. The game. Yeah, I didn't really do anything today. I woke up super duper late and started and then I just kind of like watched a couple movies, trying to catch up on things I haven't saw throughout the year. Rewatched The Weapons, and I was rewatching Sinners. I kept falling asleep during Sinners. Not like because it was a bad movie, just because I was tired. I love Sinners. Sinners was a great film. I'll probably finish watching that after the stream. I was also supposed to do a couple other more important things than just that. Did not get that done, so I'm kind of screwing myself with time, but you know what? I'll figure that out later. It's nothing important. Time's my friend. You know, not really. Kronos is nobody's friend. Not even his children like him. But then again, they have a valid reason for not liking him. Pretty valid reason, I guess you could say. Nobody wants to be eaten right after birth. But we are stalling. Let's just start the thing. Start the boop. Coteries of New York. The Coteries of New York. How long is an average run of this game? We've been playing for now for 14 hours. Vampire of the Masquerade. Coteries of New York. Get off, Motorola. Your stupid app. Okay, so Vampire Masquerade, Coteries, New York. Expect about 5 to 8 hours of the main story with complementaries taking closer to 12 hours. While its follow-up Reckoning of New York offers similar length, and Shadows of New York leans shortly longer. 14 to 6 hours, oh my goodness. That's good though, Get off. No one wants you up here. Okay. Ah, no new game. Load game. Alright, so right now we're on night 13. Load. So it's kind of magic. It's not gonna do that one. A Noisy Reporter Part 2. Double Spiral. So is it Part 2? You taking care of Frank Doherty, but apparently there's someone still stalking out Sophie's apartment. He's not that stupid, is he? Double Spiral. You and Hope set out to destroy Kara Montgomery Company from within. Battle of the Cloisters. A tapping on the window. A small grayish bird flying off. A small piece of paper left on the window still. Prospect. ASAP. Tom. A gift that keeps on giving, brother. It's been a while since you. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. It's been a while since you heard from D'Angelo. Maybe he's busy sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Or maybe he's pissed off the wrong people and is now rotting in a ditch somewhere. Either way, he's now as good as the time. Either way, now as good as the time as any to check up on him. You make your way through the now familiar rusty maze of the Grand Terminal and up the stairs to D'Angelo's office. This time, however, you find the room firmly locked. There's a note pinned to the door. You rip it off and scan the crooked lettering. There's been another one. At the scene now. Come to bed, study. Corner of Pulaski and Gravy. ASAP. Looks like D'Angelo could use your help. We better get going. As you approach the address, D'Angelo gave you a squad car pass. No, come. As you approach the address, D'Angelo gave you a squad car passes you by, sirens blaring. Following up, you make a turn from Decalb Avenue onto Pulaski Street. Sure enough, the street is awash with red lights and the 4 or so police cars parked on the nearest corner. Next to an ambulance, confirm that you're in the right place. You move closer to what appears to be a New York's finest convention, looking around in the hopes of spotting a familiar, if not altogether pleasant face. No such luck. True to his Nosferatu lineage, D'Angelo is nowhere to be seen. You stop on the sidewalk across the street, trying not to draw attention to yourself. All of a sudden, one of the cops standing by the entrance to the building looks straight at you. He does a double take and you instantly look away. Bad move, you think to yourself, as you notice him making his way towards you. Calmly wait for him to approach. Yeah. Not allowing panic to set in, you stand your ground, doing your best ordinary citizen impression. The cop waddles across the street towards you, his sense of authority putting that extra spring in his step. You try to remain calm, even as he puts his hand on his holster. Shit, you can't help but mouth the word. This is about to get messy. Suddenly, he stops, as if instinctively realizing that he was just inches away from a grisly demise. He waves at you dismissively and yells in a thick Brooklyn accent. Hey! How's the Brooklyn accent go? Hey! This is an active crime scene. Be on your way. Not really. That's not Brooklyn. No, it's not Brooklyn. I'm about to offend somebody from Brooklyn. Really, but try not to show it. You put on your grumpy New Yorker face and start to walk away. As you make your way past a dark alleyway, someone grabs you by the arm and pulls you into the shadows. It's the smell of cigars and cheap cologne don't give him. If the smell of cigars and cheap cologne don't give him away, the gravely voice sure doesn't. Nice. How did you do this, Flicky? Nice save. Nice. Nice save. I mean, don't show your face around here, but in the first place, but still. Come on, I'm parked around the corner. Before you know it, you're getting in the passenger seat of a busted old sedan parked in a block away, giving you a nice view of the police gathering. We can take them. What? No. Do your shadowy, sulky thing. Maybe you can find some way to let me in from the inside. Shadow, sulky thing? Jesus, kid. Childish phrasing aside is as good an approach as any, I guess. Without another word, he gets out of the car and heads for a nearby back alley. You watch in silence as he disappears into the shadows. A minute passes, then another and another. You begin to worry. What if there were more cops inside? What if your moldy partner has gotten himself in trouble? Suddenly, A shadowy silhouette appears in one of the windows on the second floor. Looks like he made it after all. At least you hope it's him. The shadow waves at you and points to the corner of the building, opposite the two cops. You get out of the car and quietly make your way towards the alley. Sure enough, you find that a fire escape ladder has been conveniently dropped for you. Good work, D, you mumble to yourself as you climb to the second floor. Hey, good work, D. That's a nice reference to Dracula. Your good friend, D. Finding the crime scene. What's the scene on the wall? His gift, our fate? His gift, our fate? Is that supposed to be fate? Good God. Mirrors all smashed up. Is couch torn to pieces? Almost. Finding the crime scene proves easy enough. You just follow the yellow police tape, and before you know it, you're standing in the middle of what used to be someone's living room. The place had been completely trashed. Knocked over furniture, shattered glass, the works. Looking around, you notice a sign scribbled on a nearby wall. It reads, "His gift, our fate." I was right! You're no expert in typography, but the crooked letters look similar to the ones you saw back in Red Hook. Sure enough, there's very little in terms of blood, save for the occasional stain that's bound to end up on the carpet once you toss someone through a glass coffee table. D'Angelo leans against the doorway. He seems lost in his thoughts, sucking on his cigar compulsively and mumbling to himself. You lean over a bit, trying not to make it obvious that you're listening in. You manage to catch the last few lines of his monologue. "The night's been kind to them so far, but the question keeps piling on how they found themselves amidst the wreckage of another life. It was up to them to sift through the debris and come up with a neat little pile of answers." Suddenly, he tenses up, as if sensing your eyes upon him. "Feel free to chip in, kid. Anything catch your eye?" The obvious graffiti? "Yeah, there's that. What do you think it means?" It's about Cain. It's like Cain. His gift. Isn't there a theory that Cain was the first vampire? "Oh, it's more than a theory. To some, it's deeply held belief. And yeah, you're right. It's about the gift of Cain, as in vampirism. Our fate. Clearly, someone wasn't too happy to receive it. God damn it, I hate where this is going." Why? Which is me being right about thin blood involvement. I mean, anyway, looks like we're not getting any more out of this place. No way around it. We gotta see the body. Is that really necessary? Are you protecting thin bloods? You have a thing for thin bloods, D, because it looks like you're desperately trying to prove that they're not involved in this. "Look, kid, the Dustborn has shitty luck. As if it is, I'm gonna accuse one of them of breaching the Masquerade. The least I can do is some goddamn due diligence." He shoots you a scornful look, like a goddamn detective would. He mumbles to himself for a short while, but ultimately he regains his composure and his train of thought. "Luckily for us, I might know someone who could get us an audience with our dearly departed." Wait, what? Oh, we're gonna psychics? Second sight people? Oh, we're back. To your surprise, he pulls out a cell phone, a busted old comm shell. He flips it open and spends a good minute browsing through the contacts, muttering to himself. Finally, he makes a call.
Hey, you know who this is? Yeah, that favor you owe me. Time to deliver. Listen, I know you got a fresh one. The murder in Bed-Stuy. I need to take a look. Yes, now. Yeah, you better.
With that, he hangs up and gives you his trademark wry smile. Aren't cell phones forbidden? Cell phone is an issue for the Camarilla.
Only you could tell them. Look, kid, I don't use it willy-nilly, alright? It's for special occasions. You don't always have to throw fucking rocks at a window. Can you live with that? Or should I worry about being sent to the principal's office?
I'm gonna stop that voice, because God, that's killing my throat. That is killing my throat. It's like I'm trying to swallow rocks. Ah, God. Good thing to drink soda. I can only imagine how painful that would come down if I was drinking alcohol. I'm not gonna round you. He shoots you a smile. For some reason, it seems less crooked than usual.
Good. Good to know, kid.
Not the same. It still hurts.
Anyway, looks like my guy's gonna come through. Next stop, Kings Country, or County.
Kings County, the bleeding heart of Brooklyn, is beating as hard as ever, with an ambulance after ambulance bringing in sick and wounded New Yorkers to be pumped through the tight arteries of the healthcare system. Stop being poetic, you ain't Anne Rice. It's a dangerous place for a kindred to show their face. Incidentally crowded and full of people who specialize in noticing all sorts of physical afflictions. Isn't that most human crowds? Especially the sort that make up the very essence of a vampire's existence. For instance, death. Thankfully, your business here tonight keeps you away from the hectic human hive of the ER. Instead, you follow D'Angelo to a relatively quiet part of the underground parking lot that's closest to your current point of interest, the King County Morgue. Having found yourself in a convenient suitability unlit spot near the hospital wall, you wait patiently for D'Angelo contact to appear. Every now and then, you glance over at the undead gumshoe as if to make sure his moldy mug isn't showing any signs of worry. It isn't, or at least he's very good at hiding it. Finally, after 30 minutes or so, a lone figure emerges from a side entrance as the human-shaped shadow walks by. You're quick to recognize him as the EMT you saw back at the murder site. Clearly nervous, the 20-something-year-old redhead can't seem to help but look back and make sure no one is following him. Finally, he stops and lights up a cigarette. But even looking in your direction, he takes a puff and exclaims seemingly to no one in particular, "Room 112. You got 20 minutes. D'Angelo speaks without looking at you.
That's our cue.
You follow the Fang detective through the same door the EMT walked out. Luckily, this wing of the hospital seems unusually empty. Still, the confidence with which D'Angelo makes his way through the white and green corridors makes it clear he's been here before. Finally, he stops in front of one of the doors. Stops in front of the doors. Room 112. That's your stop. The room is small, with only one oversized freezer by the wall and a single slab mounted in its center. Sure enough, the body of a middle-aged man is splayed out on its steel surface. Even for a dead man, he seems unnaturally pale. Extreme blood loss will do that to you. Try as you might, you can't help but look at the man's face. His features twisted in abject horror. This was not a peaceful death. Looking closely, you notice two small puncture wounds on the victim's neck. If ever there was a clear sign of a vampire attack, you've yet to see it. Looking over at D'Angelo, you notice his lips moving in a familiar fashion. He's narrating again. Before he can utter an unintelligible word, you cut in with a remark. Sucked dry, just like the last one. Are those teeth marks? Look at his face. But what about his face? Because he's pale? Jesus. Look at his face. It's like nightmare fuel.
No kidding.
Which means he was fully aware when it happened.
He knew he was dying. Which, combined with the blood loss and the teeth marks on his neck, confirms our hypothesis. We have a serial thin blood on our hands.
God, my throat.
Fuck.
As if on cue, the door slings open. A tired-looking man with a stethoscope around his neck walks in. With his eyes fixed on his clipboard, he doesn't appear to notice you. Yet. Get him. No, we just ate! We're being a good guy. We're getting a good vampire for this playthrough. Lie your way out of it. Hide behind the freezer. Classic. Quietly, you hop behind the oversized freezer, hoping D'Angelo will follow suit. Pressed against the wall, you tense up, hoping for the best but expecting the worst. The room, however, remains silent. You peer out from behind the freezer to assess the situation. The doctor calmly looks over the victim jots something down on his clipboard and walks out. If you could breathe a sigh of relief, you would. So hard. Wait, we can't breathe? We can breathe. I mean, we don't have to breathe, but we can breathe. D'Angelo materializes from the shadows, lingering against the wall across from you. He gives you a slight nod.
Nice save, kid. My first instinct was to jump him, but hey, whatever works. Now come on, let's get out here. Time to pay our dear Primogene another visit.
Robert Larson's home looks about the same as last time. No added security, no angry dogs prowling the yard. It appears that the thin-blood Primogene would rather risk another visit from his old pal D'Angelo than to arouse suspicion of his family and neighbors. Which is good, considering that what he's about to get. Sure enough, the light in Larson's study is on, and you even catch a glimpse of the man himself shuffling around the room. You look over to D'Angelo, wondering how you're going to get Larson's attention this time. Without a single word, D'Angelo walks over to a nearby street lamp and leans against it, making sure he's visible to any and all who happen to look. Looks like another time for subtly over. It only takes a couple minutes for Larson to take notice. You see him lean against the window and storm out of the room. In mere seconds, he's out in front and in D'Angelo's face. I called it. Listen to me, you moldy fuck. I just about enough of your shit. You want to pester me? Fine, but leave my family out of it. For a moment, D'Angelo just stands there, motionless, allowing Larson to get his frustration out. Suddenly, he grabs the thin blood by the collar, lifts him off the ground, and smashes his head against the lamppost.
Are you finished? All right, now you listen to me, and you listen good. You think I'm enjoying this? You think I like to be jerked around? You think I got nothing better to do than hang around this little puppet theater you made for yourself? Now, either you give me a lead I can follow, or I start remembering things you rather forget.
For the first time since you met him. Larson looks speechless, his eyes wide with fear. He can only mutter under his breath, "You wouldn't dare."
Try me.
Cue awkward silence. You stand there, shifting your eyes from one vampire to the other. Guess it's time to either press the advantage or play the good cop. Come on, Larson, spit it out. Take it easy, D'Angelo. Let's all just calm down here. Let's all calm down. Look, we're all a bit stressed out. How about we all just take a deep breath? Figuratively speaking.
Nah, I don't feel like it. I try being nice, but some people don't appreciate nice. Some people will do anything to cover their asses. Isn't that right, Robert?
If you want my help, put me the fuck down. With his feet back on the ground, Larson straightens his collar in a faint attempt at preserving some shred of dignity. There's a place in Manhattan, Lower East Side, one of the few places in the city where my people can find shelter.
Yeah, I know it.
If you go there right now, you might find what you're looking for. D'Angelo stares at him for a moment, just long enough to make it uncomfortable.
We better.
Finally, D'Angelo loosens his grip. You both watch Larson limp back to his house, looking back over his shoulder like he's gonna tell the teacher on you. You look at your partner, meaning to ask what the whole things you rather forget deal was. As if sensing your curiosity, D'Angelo cuts in with a preemptive mutter.
Come on. We got what we came for.
As you reach the address Larson gave you, you find yourself standing in front of what looks like an old garage. On the outside, the place looks as uninteresting as it gets. You think it's abandoned, if not for a few barely working lights illuminating its shabby facade. Once you're inside, however, if ever there was a place worthy of being called Excuse me, I think you threw up in my mouth for a second. I'm sorry, probably shouldn't have said that. Sorry for the nasty detail. If ever there was a place worthy of being called a wretched hive of scum and villainy, and this is it. This is probably it. The room is littered with drunks and crackheads, humans and thin blood alike, their minds lost in their cruel little worlds, their bodies splayed out across the floor. D'Angelo leans over and whispers in your ear.
I'll cover the back door. You stay near the front. Let's look around and see what we can find.
Before you can ask what exactly you're supposed to be looking for, D'Angelo disappears into the shadows. Try to flesh out the killer. Focus your senses. Let's do this. It's been a while since we actually used our powers, I think. Focusing your senses, you plunge into the full spectrum of the room, hoping to hear someone or something worthy of your attention. You regret it almost instantly. The room becomes a defining echo chamber, a sea of babbling lunatics, of muttered curses and drug-induced ramblings. You're almost ready to give up when a faint whisper catches your attention. A female voice, soft, trembling. The gift. He speaks to us. The blood speaks. A few words are enough to tell you just hit the jackpot. You follow the voice to its source. A young woman hunched in the corner of the room. As you walk towards her, D'Angelo emerges from the shadows right next to you.
Nice catch.
He kneels down beside her. You can tell he's trying to sound as comforting as possible, but with his gravelly timbre, it's not really working out.
Hey, it's okay. We're not here to hurt you. We just want to talk.
No, don't talk. Too loud. Too loud. She seems halfway out of it. It's like the lights are on, but whoever's inside is stumbling around after one hell of a bender.
All right. You like quiet. Got it. Can you tell me your name?
Sana. That's what he called me. Suddenly, you heard the door swing open behind you. Even though the night is fairly warm, a cold chill runs down your spine. You look towards the entrance. There is a woman standing there, and something about her just screams kindred. Even though she seems comically overdressed for the situation, somehow you don't feel like cracking a smile. Whoever she is, you can tell she means business. She starts making her way to the back of the room, not making any effort to sidestep any of the junkies and drunks. They all know well enough. They all know well enough to get out of her way. Acting out of bravery or sheer stupidity, you walk up to her. She looks at you as if you were something she just scraped off her shoe. You smile nervously, without even knowing it. Hello there. And who you might be? As soon as you open your mouth, her hand shoots out, grabbing you by the throat. The woman looks at you, tilting her head as if examining a curious species of insect. Suddenly, her eyes shift as she notices something behind you. Her face turns from disgusted curiosity to sheer annoyance. Look at her hair! Look at her hair! Is she trying to be the Eve? Is she trying to be the bride of Frankenstein?
You. Hey, Val. That's my assistant you got there. Do you mind?
She rolls her eyes. You feel the grip on your neck loosen and you awkwardly fall to your feet. She makes her way towards D'Angelo, pushing you aside like a rag doll. Where is she?
You're gonna have to be more specific, darling.
Don't play coy, Ginny. The manslayer. I know she's here. A blood hunt has begun. By order of the prince herself, the girl is to meet her final death.
Hold your horses, honey. I'm conducting an investigation under apostrophes under auspice. What the fuck is that word? Of the sheriff. That counts for something. Do.
Look, sweetie, I'm not here for some... I've been saying lots of cuss words. I've been cursing a lot with this game because of but can I say that? Can I say that? I mean, I have said dick here before, haven't I? I mean, that's based. I mean, not the same thing, but I have a feeling YouTube would not. I know YouTube doesn't already like me, or at least something like that. I feel like something bad is gonna happen if I say that. Even if I were to say the full medical autonomy term for it, I feel like I'll get in trouble. So let's ignore that word. I'm not here for some measuring contest. You want this to get ugly? Be my guest. Otherwise, I suggest you step aside and let me do my job.
By all means.
He steps aside in a comically exaggerated fashion. You look at the corner where you last saw Sana, but find no trace of the girl.
Well, I'll be. I could swore she was just here.
Valerie looks at D'Angelo. She smiles softly, but you can tell she's trying very hard not to rip his head off.
You'll regret this. Story of my life.
Without another word, she turns on her heel and storms out. D'Angelo waves his hand in your general direction.
Come on, kid. Let's get out of this shithole.
As you emerge from that said shithole, you feel the cool night breeze caress your face. It's soothing and almost makes you forget how shitty the last few hours have been. Almost.
Okay, kid. I know you got questions, but it's getting early, and I don't feel like having a Q&A session right now. For now, you get one question. Make it count. How's Valerie? She's a scourge, kid. Part enforcer, part assassin. All around pain in the ass. She finds that girl before we do. We'll never find out why she did what she did. And before you ask, yes, you used to run into each other in the past. No, I don't feel like talking about it. All right, kid. I don't know about you, but I'm turning in. I'll figure some stuff out and keep looking for our girl. Feel free to swing by the office in a night or two.
This too must be the will of causality. Was it? It feels that's the greetings and salutations. That felt like an omen. It felt like an omen. Hello. How you doing? So this is our second or third night with D'Angelo. Your favorite character from a game? I know it's a quote. I just can't remember from where. And with that, he stumbles off into the distance, not even bothering to keep the shadows. Can you say you blame him? It really has been a rough night. And thank God we're done with his part, because my throat is killing me. I should not have done that dumb voice. I should not have done that dumb voice. And also, he just died. So, in loving memory, the suspense is killing me. Of who? Tell me. We got 2 new words. I know you're quoting him. I just got so invested. All right, got 2 new words. Blood hunt. A punishment sentencing a vampire to final death at the fangs of their peers. The code of the kindred in the system for punishing transgressions in the law of retaliation. Scourge. An executor subordinated directly to the prince. Gundam Tanaka, the ultimate breeder from Danganronpa 2. That's why it sounded so familiar. Gundam. Good old Gundam. I love him. I started off kind of hating him because I found him kind of annoying, but as the game going on, it's like, Gundam, I'm loving you. I think we could actually be kind of bros in real life. And then his trial. That trial. Poor bro. Poor bro. This too must be the will. It is, Gundam. It is. I'm pretty sure your hamsters are fine. Your dark devas of destruction. Who am I kidding? They probably died in Junko's apocalypse. Oh my god. Go, my 4 dark devas of destruction. You know Junko. I haven't played part 3 yet, but I just know Junko did something personal to those hamsters. She either turned them to death machines, or she killed them to make him feel more despair. Hate her, love her. Please keep doing it. It's hilarious. Oh, we're back at you're on chapter 5 of Danganronpa. Chapter 5. It's been almost a year since I last played part 2, I think. It's been about a year now. Right now, I finished it up I finished that one up like early 2025. Or is it early 20? I can't even remember now. I don't even remember now. But what part is chapter 5 again? Isn't that when they're in the I don't want to give me spoilers. I don't want to give me spoilers. The night is my domain. Sure it is, buddy. Sure it is. Now we can go to the hot topic later, okay? But you still need to do your Monokuma exercises. You arrive at the leech pit, finding it less crowded than last time. The bar is still packed, but the dance floor is empty tonight. Instead, the old crackling speakers are playing music that would probably sound like a noise even on high-end hardware. Did you have a good nightmare? Oh, I have lovely nightmares! Mostly about my cells turning into mini nukes and my entire existence being exploded across the entire multiverse. That's all you can remember? How dare you? Do you not remember the names of the 4 Devas of Destruction? I'm being curious. I actually don't remember their names. Mia is nowhere to be seen, but you do remember she requested that you ask for her at the bar. Okay, we're meeting that vampire chick, the one at the bar, to meet up with the anarchs. You know, the face behind the bar? The woman doesn't seem to recognize you, though. You imagine you were just another patron in a sea of strangers the other night. What can I get you? Is Mia around? I was told to ask you about Mia. You gotta go now? Okay, bye-bye. And tell Fubuki I said hello. She's my favorite character. And movie time. Go to the movies. Go to the theaters. Get your bucket of popcorn and cherry coke. Actually, not cherry coke. They use that crappy AI trailer. Get anything other than coke. Have a fun time in the movies, even if that's at your house. Okay, bye. Oh, so to ask about me at the bar. I don't know where my friend is. Find your friend. Yeah, well, she's not in tonight. She looks you up and down, and a spark of recollection shines in her eyes. Oh yeah, that's right. She takes a well-worn book from behind the counter, some kind of YA vampire novel, and flips through it. She produces a piece of paper from between the book pages and passes it to you. She told me you'd be interested in reading this. You find a relatively quiet corner and take a look at the note. T wants to meet you. I'll arrange it, but you need to prove you're trustworthy. Look around the leech pit for a guy named Bruce. Buff dude, tattoo sleeve on his right arm. I'm 90% sure he's somebody's retainer, sent here to spy on us by the cam. Get him the name of his master. Get me the name of his master and write it on this card. Then return it to the bar. It doesn't take you long to locate this Bruce guy. He sits alone in a corner, two beer glasses already empty on his table. You take a moment to consider your approach. Get him drunk and talkative. Ask him his master's name up front. It's like, what is a retainer? A human who serves a vampiric master. Kindred rarely go without at least a few of these mortals, both for convenience and protection. Let's like get him drunk, right? Let's try to get him drunk. That seems like a fun. The man immediately notices you, but doesn't move from his spot. The other seats are empty. Why does that look like Jacob? Why does that look like Jacob from Twilight? Why is he in New York? You're so far away from Washington, buddy. How's Taylor Lautner's voice? How was his voice in those movies? Not to be mean, but he doesn't really have a distinctive voice. Hey, do you know? Do I know you? You look familiar. Oh yeah, I think I saw you here before, right? what was I trying to do there? It's possible. I'm regular. It's my first night here. This is one. Yeah, I was at the concert the other night. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. And you went behind the bar with that hot chick? What I do for some time alone with her. Anyway, anything I can help you with? Or are you just looking for somebody to chat with? Buy you a beer? How about a drink? What's your poison? I'm asking questions. What is your poison? This is the man. I'm gonna get you something. Yeah, we're gonna get him a little drunk, get a little flirty. I don't know, man. Varies from night to night. Give me a lemmy. You know, whiskey and coke. A short while later, you return with the drink. The guy's been eyeing you the whole time. He picks up the glass and takes a big gulp. Oh, yeah. That hits the spot. Takes a second drink to really loosen him up, and a third to make him somewhat more chatty. We learn the story of his tattoo. He tells you about his gym routine and natural drama series he's been watching on YouTube, and his favorite spot to fuck girls is. Okay. At no point does he let slip anything that would point him to being somebody's ghoul, though in fact you're beginning to suspect he's not nearly as drunk as he acts. Well, that was nice, but I gotta go. Thanks for the drinks. Hey, wait a minute, you haven't had anything to drink all this time. No, and your master wouldn't either. Yeah, I don't really do that stuff anymore. And I know for a fact your master doesn't either. The suggestion of his drunkenness is immediately gone. Sorry, my what? A hint of panic appears on his face. Answer the fucking question. It's cool. I'm just new in town. And I just wanted to meet others like us. I need your master's name to contact them. He doesn't buy it. You thought you had him cornered, but he suddenly leaps over the table and one move and dashes through the sparse crowd. You catch up to him outside. He's bolting all right. Throwing caution to when you focus your blood and give chase after Bruce. He might be faster than a human, but his abilities are a fraction of yours. He dashes into a nearby alley, and you follow suit. Before he can jump the fence, you tackle him to the ground. A short brawl later, you are standing a few meters apart, Bruce eyeing you with hatred. Tell him it's over. Tell him his cover is blown. Intimidate him with violence. This line. Listen, your cover is blown. I was told who you are. You better come clean. Your master's name. That's all I need. Bullshit! Besides, she'll kill me if I told you, and I quite like being alive. Here's the deal. You tell me your master's name, and you save yourself a world of hurt. Unless you want to exit this alley on a stretcher, you better. What? What? Bruce doesn't wait for you to finish talking. He jumps at you, kicking and punching with dizzying speed. It takes you by surprise, and he puts on the defensive. Just as you're about to retaliate, he breaks away, jumps the fence at the end of the alley, and is gone into parts of the city unknown. Really? Really? Time to leave something for Mia. You borrow a pen from the bar and flip Mia's note to the other side. Bruce mentioned a she, so his master must be female, but that's all you got to go on. You figure it better to leave anything for Mia than nothing at all. Leave a note of the master's gender. Mia asks you for a name, but all you have is Bruce's master's gender. It'll have to do. You jot down a note. Bruce referred to his master as she. You pass the piece of paper to the bartender. She sticks it back in the same book. Hold on a second. She wanted me to pass something on to you. She produces a cell phone from behind the counter. It's ancient, at least 15 years out of date. Oh, right. And this. An old charger for the piece of junk in your hand. They really did think of everything. She says she'll be in touch. It takes you a moment to remind yourself how to operate this thing. You find that its phone book is blank. There's no Wi-Fi connectivity and no saved messages. It's got a version of Snake though. A snake. A snake. A snake on it? Okay, the phone may not be that half bad. The bartender is already over at the other end of her domain, taking orders from patrons. With your anarch contact nowhere in sight, you decide to move on for the night. Hopefully, your educated guesses based on the scraps of info you collected will be enough for Mia to call you. Let's go to this guy. The weather is cold and windy as you walk to Sophie's apartment. As a vampire, that doesn't matter anymore. You may have been saddled with eternal hunger, but at least you can ignore the wind chill. Just as you come to the door of Sophie's building, she storms out, murmuring into her phone. Yes, I know. Don't worry, I trust you to handle it. You've heard Sophie talk to her associates before. It's always the same. Generalities and vague suggestions. It makes you think she's involved in mysterious machinations. Yet doesn't tell you anything. Sophie is dressed to kill, but there's nothing unusual in that. She likes to make an impression. A black cat. Azrael cat. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Why didn't I get the alert? What the heck? My alerts are turned on. Or are they not? I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I need to fix that. I thought my alerts were turned on. Aw, that makes me upset. I didn't probably thank you. Sophie notices you. I'm glad you're in the neighborhood. If you could look around for me one more time, that would be wonderful. You told me you gotten rid of that reporter. Turns out he's still here, snooping around. Sophie is very good at communicating disappointment. She doesn't have to do much to make it clear that she's unhappy to have to return to this issue. I thought he was gone. For sure, he didn't seem very brave. Sometimes cowards are even worse than those with a backbone. They're sneakier. The reporter talked his way into the building during the day. Once the doorman understood what was happening, he threw him out. He showed old pictures of me to my neighbors. It's very awkward, you understand? Sophie disappears into the car and the chauffeur closes the door behind her. You watch as the sleek vehicle disappears into the Manhattan traffic. Just one anonymous car among many. Best sit down somewhere and devise a plan of action. You go to a nearby diner, settle into a booth, and order a coffee from the steely-eyed Latino waitress. As she brings your cup, you describe Frank Dodry to her on the off chance she's seen something. Just as she's about to answer, you happen to look outside. Something catches your eye. The diner is brightly lit, so you can lean closer to the window to see the street through it. You got lucky. Frank is standing on the sidewalk on the other side of the street, looking at something on his phone. You slide out of the booth, throwing a few small bills on the table, mumbling something to the waitress. You step outside. You follow Frank covertly. You yell at Frank, telling him to stop. You trust in the powers of the blood. Oh, trust in the powers of the blood. You follow Frank. Follow him. For a reporter, Frank is terribly observant. You keep your distance, holding behind people in cars, but he doesn't look around. It seems like he wants to find a private nook to inspect the photos that he took tonight. An alley, he ducks in, and you follow. Oh God, it's you. Oh God, it's you again. Please, I'm working on a different story, I swear. Frank, does that voice stand for Frank? I remember now. Frank retreats deeper into the alley. I know why you're here. Don't worry, Frank. I know all about why you're here. You do? I mean, you do? I mean, okay, I'm sorry I tried to bullshit you. Just tell me how I can help you. I thought we agreed there's no story. Your employer trusts you too much. No, we have a conversation about this, Frank. We have a conversation. Why are you going back on it? How come you're here? I thought we agreed there was no story, man. Usually when someone says there's no story, that means there's a story. I just couldn't let it go. Look, I don't want any trouble. I can see that you're serious. There's something to Sophie Langley. I think you know what it is. You take a long, hard look at Frank Dodry. He's a tenacious man, but not brave. After the last time you met, you're sure he had been dealt with. Where did he find the courage to come here again? What's your real angle? Does you have better stories to chase, old man? Corruption, financial fraud, political scandals? That's the kind of story I used to do before I lost everything. For a second, Frank looks lost, like a little boy who doesn't know where to go. And then aww, he's a disgruntled journalist. Still kind of a piece of shit, though. But you can't keep me down. I'm a reporter, goddammit, to my dying breath. Hell, if I didn't have this job, I'd start a blog and do it for free. Anything to get the facts out. You almost believe it. Something about Frank feels off. Do you have a personal interest in this? Is this about blackmail? Presence. Trusting your blood to convince Frank. You don't say anything at first. It's easy to dismiss Frank as a joke. A has been. Dismiss Frank as a joke. A has been. Okay. Yet there's something beneath his talk. Another story. A moment of silence is all you need for your presence to properly register in Frank's mind. He's too weak-willed to resist. Someone's leading you on, Frank. Come clean. What? No, absolutely not. Frank's voice sounds shrill. You know you got right in one guess. Sometimes I just need some extra money. That's all. Where does this extra money come from? Now we're really getting somewhere. Was that so difficult, Frank? Let's just do the second one. There's a guy. He's paying me. That's all. But I can't talk about it. That. Drink Frank dry. Push Frank for information. Offer Frank to work for you. Oh. Oh, okay. I was about to kill Frank. This was gonna be our dark villain path, but no. Frank worked for us? Oh, I like that. Tell you what, Frank, I'll make this easy for you. Work for me, and I'll make your life easier. I want to know who's after Sophie Langley, and you can get me that information. Who knows? Maybe this will become a lasting and lucrative relationship. Frank is taken aback by your suggestion. Still, he clearly needs a friend. I don't know. I mean, there are people leaning on me. They won't take kindly to it if I help someone else. I know how valuable you are. Let me help you. Nonsense. No. Let's make it so that we want him. I know how valuable you are. Frank, some days I get nothing but disrespect. I want mine exchanged to all that. Tell you what, next time something comes up, I'll give you a call. Maybe I'll have something you can do for me as well. You sound like a pro. Quid pro quo. What else is there? I am a pro. Frank hesitates for a second as if he was going to say something more. He takes one last look at you, turns, and leaves the alley, disappearing into the crowd. You're left wondering whether that was a good choice. Frank is not reliable, that much is clear, but perhaps you can benefit from him anyway. Isn't that what the kindred do? Play people and turn them into puppets? Oh, we gotta rest. A piece of paper is sticking out of your mailbox. It's a computer printout, a note, and a screenshot from Google Maps. It reads, "Meet me at the indicated spot tomorrow at 10 p.m. I'll pick you up and we'll take it from there." No signature. The place marked on the map is the lookout print near Pier 1, just next to the Brooklyn Bridge. You check the phone that Mia passed on to you. No new messages, no missed calls. It's all a bit fishy, but there is only one way to find out who addressed this to you. Looks like tomorrow evening has been planned out for you. All right. No choice but to go to Mia. You go downstairs as soon as you wake up. One more glance at the phone, but there's no news from Mia. You take the car down to Brooklyn, park on the front street, and approach the... Ooh, is that a lightning bolt? I don't think we got this backdrop before. This is nice. It's actually kind of nice. I wouldn't mind this as a screensaver. I gotta look this up later. A figure of about Mia's size is standing there, dressed in an oversized jacket and looking out towards Manhattan. As you approach, you can hear her muttering something. Mia? Is it true? But I don't think it's true. If I do not think it's true, then it cannot be true. And if it cannot be true, then... Is that you, Mia? Are you the one who left the note? Am I supposed to meet somebody here? I don't suppose that would be you. The woman turns around. It's not Mia. Whoever it is, you have never seen her before. She looks perfectly plain and unmemorable. That's mean. Why, yes, it's me. We are meeting now. You are meeting me. I am meeting you. So it's a joyous occasion. I like her speech patterns. Why, yes, it is me. We are meeting now. You are meeting me. I am meeting you. So it's a joyous occasion. You turn around. 3 men, all of them burly, and threatening, approach you. One of them takes the lead. So, you got the message. I did. Who are you? Who are you, fine gentlemen? What is this? Let's say I did. What now? Now you come with us. The boss wants to meet you. Kaiser? Kalihan? Turuk? Oh, you mean Turuk? What? You gotta be shitting me. Turuk ain't the boss of jack shit. I mean boss Kalihan. You dumbass. I suggest you get a move on. We got places to be. The voice of the woman keeps creeping into your consciousness. The litany of gibberish ever present throughout the entire conversation. The man cracks his knuckles. Or, we can do it the hard way. Well, Sophie did ask us to do this, and we were supposed to try to get in with those anarchs, so I agreed to go with them. Smart. They lead you down the pier and onto a motorboat. The engine starts. Put this on. He points to a cloth sack. One of the guys is holding you down. The woman is still there, whispering to herself. Somehow you hear her voice clearly in your head. It becomes a nagging suggestion to put the sack over your head. You don't really want to do it, but your hands go through the motions all the same. It takes 15 or so minutes to reach your destination. You think the engine dies down and you are led on shore, and then further up an incline through some overgrowth. 10 more minutes of walking, maybe, until a deep voice reaches your ears. Vincent, my dear boy. Why the hood over our guest's face? Well, boss, I thought. No, that would not do. How many times do I have to repeat myself, Vincent? You don't have to think. You have to listen and do what you're told. Yes? Yes, boss. Well, take that ridiculous sack off their head, will you? The hood comes off. The owner of the deep voice is a curious sight, dressed in what can only be described as Victorian clothing with a monocle and graying red hair. It is Callahan. Apologies for Vincent's unacceptable behavior. He's a little thick sometimes. Isn't that right, Vincent? Yeah, boss. Sometimes. A little. I believe you already know who I am. You're Boss Callahan. You're the Anarch Baron. You're dumb looking No. You're Boss Callahan. Right, you are, and I'm guessing you know my role in this city. I represent the Anarch movement, while you, I'm not quite sure what you represent. I have invited you here to find out. Now, let me make myself perfectly clear. I am disappointed in you, truly disappointed, but I arranged this meeting to allow you to make amends. First, though, I have to make sure you understand what your infraction was. So, do you know why you're here? I feel like you're dying to tell me. Because I work for Sophie Langley. Because I wanted to meet with Turuk. Which one? Get out of the open for Sophie. But she told me not to. I feel like you're dying to tell me. Did I keep being a smartass? I can't help but feel like you're dying to tell me. Don't get smart with me, boy! Oh, God. Alright, in our characters, that sounded kind of bad, didn't it? Did that sound kind of bad? Did that sound kind of bad? takes your face in his hand while Vince holds you in a tight grip. He squeezes hard and looks you deep in the eyes. Taruk is the reason you're here, or that little angry trumpet of his. I'm told, yes, Mia. Oh, how I love to get my hands on her gaunt neck and wring it until it breaks. But see, I'm a statesman, and that's not the prudent thing to do. No, indeed, the prudent thing to do is tolerate both her and that blasted ebony. Oh, I thought I just added something to the character. No, I'm already in the money. Like, his views on things. His that blast ebony skin mentor. Ebony skin. Somehow that feels more racist than he just saying black bastard or something. You folk call yourself an Afro-American, correct? Bah, back in my day, we knew that what being American meant, and sure hell didn't mean being black. But I called it right on the money. Oh God. Afro-American. I don't think. I mean, African-American. I haven't heard that Afro-American in a while, at least in a modern context. I guess like that makes sense with how old he is. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be awful, but it's gonna be fun. Oh, I wonder does this dialogue change depending on if you pick a different character? Because isn't one of the other characters? I know the other two characters are white and one's Asian, right? Does he say something bad to us if we're the Asian character? Does he like us? Is he automatically more friendly with us if we're white? Oh, now I really need you to do the double playbacks. Because I was only gonna do one playthrough for a second, but now I really want to do the other options. You take this shit back or else. You finish with your disgusting rant? Oh, fledgling, you have no idea who you're messing with. He looks at you with rage in his eyes, and you feel insignificant and vulnerable. An irrational fear takes over you. You cannot speak up against this man again. You just can't. He's too terrifying. Now that I have your full attention, I will request something from you, and you will obey me to the letter. But that comes later. First, you will answer a few questions. The first of which is, who put you to Mia? Sophie made me do it. Nobody. It was my idea. Oh, really? And what was your intention behind the meeting? I wanted to contact Taruk. I had to go through Mia. Ah, yes. The so-called veteran loves to use petite girls to get behind. I heard that would check out. What did you end up discussing? She wanted me to do a favor. I wanted her to explain the Anarchs to me. I just wanted to learn about the Anarchs, so I asked her about the movement. Oh, child, you shall come to me. Then I am the Anarch movement in the New York City, and nobody makes a secret out of it. You bet on the wrong horse. I'm sure you'll soon learn. See, that wasn't hard now, was it? Of course, I sure can't be sure how much you told me was true, and how much of it is worth as much as yesterday night's horse shit. But I'll find out. I always do. And when I do, we'll have another one of these dice talks. And maybe, just maybe, you'll avoid this upcoming unpleasant episode next time. He gives Vince a sign, and the blurry man starts hitting you all over. You feel teeth, ribs, and fingers break. Your foot is mangled under Vince's boot. Your shoulder dislocates. Your nose wrecked. Jesus, what? Was that necessary? That's enough, Vincent. Leave them be. He snaps his fingers in front of your face a few times to check if you can focus on his face. You can, but barely. I'm a man of principle. Another night, I would perhaps put you in a casket, dip in concrete, and dump you in the Houston. a favorite of mine during the roaring 20s. Ah, it's been a while. But like I mentioned before, I am nothing but prudent. And so, the interest of this city's kindred must come before my own needs and wants. I will therefore let you continue your existence. Here's what I require in return for this boon. You are forbidden to meet Turk. I will keep an eye on you, on him, and if you want a place with the Anarchs, you'll go through me and only me. Got it? You have to understand, what I made my associates do to you tonight was just business. We can still work out a mutually beneficial relationship. In fact, either that or your final death. Time to go. Vincent, take the boat back. Leave the legend here. I think I have a lot to think about. Sure thing, boss. Pleasure making your acquaintance. Callahan walks away. As do Vince and his band of thugs. You lie on the ground for a while longer, feeling the blood slowly putting your body back together, your hunger growing. Oh, you can see the blood and the size moving. I like that. I like that touch. You can hear the beast calling for sustenance, for safety, for revenge, a distant but produced third desire. It's not until you mend yourself enough to appear more as a mugging victim than a impossibly mangled walking cadaver that you hail a passing taxi, passing and head back to your haven. The whole way there, you are tempted by the beast. Your driver, a 30-something with a strong Slavic accent and an unpronounceable name on his ID, keeps asking if he should drive you to the hospital. You keep declining, all the while thinking that if you only ask him to pull over for 5 minutes, you could feast on his warm blood to the beast's content, drink him whole. Nobody would know. Nobody but his wife and kids, if he has them. Nobody but his boss and co-workers. Nobody but you, as you look in the mirror tomorrow. Keeping your hunger at bay was never before as difficult as it is tonight. The driver stops at your apartment building. There is nobody around. You can do it. Do it now. Now! Give in to the beast. Call. Feet. The driver opens the door for you, asks if you are alright. His words change to a muffled shout. He goes silent. You think he tastes great as a tired caffeine-pumped taxi driver with a high cholesterol can taste. Warm blood pours down your throat and flows to your limbs, mending them. He is growing cold, but you still do not have control. You are still observing, not acting. Your body is not yours. The beast is in charge. Whoa, it can't play great chooses forever. Another night you might have resisted. Tonight you are too tired, too frustrated, too weak. The beast keeps drinking. You keep watching it drink with your fangs. The cabbie goes limp. You're sated for now. The beast thinks. It takes a small bow and wipes its lips. After you. And mouths mockingly. You break away from the man. He's pale. His pulse is almost gone. You quickly lick the wound closed. Pick up his phone. Call an ambulance. Get the fuck away from the car. Back to your haven. The ambulance lights keep dancing in your window. For some minutes after you close the door. You want to know if you killed that man, but you can't ask. It's too risky. Would raise too many questions. You're still not quite mended. You need rest. You lost 2 battles tonight. One will see a rematch. That much is certain. Callahan is not the kind of man who quits. On the other was a battle you decided to forfeit. In a war you can't afford to lose. You need to do better. We gave in to the blood. How could we? How could we? We are a beast. We are vampire. Truly damned. Damned. Damned to our wretched soul. Waking up tonight feels different for 2 reasons. For one, you are pleasantly surprised that your body mended reasonably well while you were resting. It comes with a caveat, though. The hunger you feel is pronounced. The beast is like a black dog on the verge of your vision, following you. But what truly is remarkable is waking up to the tune of an old cell phone ringtone. An unknown number is calling, the phone you got from Mia. You pick up. Kept that old thing charged after all, huh? You alright? I feel like shit. No, actually, I feel like shit. Look, that's too bad, but I don't really care. I was just being polite. I'm calling with good... Oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm calling with good news. Turok has agreed to meet you. There's a pub in the Bronx. Solids and Stripes. Be there tonight. 2 things. No drinking on the premise. If you want to grab a snack, do it before setting foot in the Brog. It is an exclusive, no powers meeting. We'll be rubbing shoulders with commoners the whole evening, and also we don't trust you, so keep it casual, or you'll blow it. Anything you'd like to add? Yeah, mention Callahan. Yeah, I met with Callahan yesterday. He kicked my ass and forbid me from meeting Trook. I'm not sure I should be there tonight. Silence on the other end of the line. Fuck. More silence. I can't promise you any protection on your way there or back, but at the pub, you'll be in Trook's domain. For all his posturing, Callahan doesn't have the balls to strike Trook directly. We'll post additional lookouts on watch. That's the best I can do. If Callahan got under your skin, I get it. I was at that spot once or twice too. All I got to say is, the risk is worth it. If you don't show tonight, I won't blame you. But it's a one-time offer only. You gotta hedge your bets. Just don't do anything stupid. You meet up with us tonight, it better be in good faith. She ends the call. First things first, you take the subway to New York Street Station. Walk to Front Street, retrieve your car, and weigh your options while driving back to your haven. Go to the meeting directly. Drive around before going to the meeting. Tell Sophie you can't meet with Truck. Feeding opportunity. Drive around before going to the meeting. Oh, I drive around though. What was the purpose of driving around? Which is to scout the area? You do intend to visit Turok tonight, but you decide to drive around a bit first. Something tells you there might be somebody tailing you. It sounds sensible to try and lose them. Spend a good 2 hours looking in your rear view mirror and driving all over the city before finally driving to the Bronx. You take some basic precautions as you enter Turok's turf. You park a few streets over from where the pub is and walk towards it while keeping an eye out for anyone suspicious. That kindred, for the most part, look no different from regular people. Makes things complicated, of course. If you're being followed or watched, it's going to be hard to tell. You reach the pub, shoot a final glance around. There's nobody suspicious around as far as you can see, and open the door. The smell of cigarettes is overwhelming. The whole place has an aura about it. A constant fog hanging right under the ceiling. The lethargic fans do nothing to disperse it. The constant crack of billiard balls and clinking of glasses tell you all you need to know about the clientele. Not a very vampiric place at all. You're wondering if you got the address right. You apparently did. Mia's here. She motions you over to one of the few tables around. Took your sweet time to get here. What, got cold feet? Never mind. Anyone follow you? I don't know. Maybe. Not that I know of. Fair enough. Before I introduce you, there's some outstanding business to discuss. You didn't prove very helpful at the bar. Carol, the bartender, mentioned that you made an effort, but you can imagine there's plenty of licks who use feminine pronouns in this city. Still, I'll take whatever I can get. So thank you for that, I guess. Come on, Truck's right here. I need a drink. Oh, it almost fell off the thing. Hello. Hi. This is one of the newer ones. I think this one came out in 2021 or 2020. So kind of not new, but fairly recent. I never played the older games for some reason. I don't even remember why. Oh, love to though. I think they're less. I know the older games are less visual novels and more RGP, right? Or RGP? I know I'm saying that wrong. You walk towards one of the tables. A guy in a coat and hat leans over to take his shot. He's way ahead of his opponent. The table is clear of his balls, save for the 8-ball in a tricky position. Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Oh, that one. No. This is not that one yet. I did not buy that one yet. I was trying to play these in order. RPG. Yeah, RPG. What do I think about RGB? But no, we haven't played Bloodlines 2. I haven't played the Bloodlines yet. This one is Coteries of New York. And I think Bloodlines is the one we're gonna play after this one. I know there's no. I know they don't really play together story wise. Like I know I don't need to play them in order technically, at least from what I know. But I kind of a completionist like that sometimes. Hey, they're here. Is this a complete visual novel? I think it is. I wasn't even sure it was a visual novel until we started it. But from what I can tell, there's no way for me to pull. There's no way for me to show. Let's go to main menu. You get 3 player options, and you basically just select what missions you want to do, and the main story interrupts between. Determine like how many missions you done, I guess. But yeah, this is a complete visual novel. As far as I can tell, I don't see any updates because it is kind of old. Oh, Chorluk! Huh, not what I suspected. He kind of looks like what's his name? The vampire Eddie Murphy played. vampire from Brooklyn. Or Vampire in Brooklyn. What was his name? What was that character's name? Be with you. Not gonna want to do an Eddie Murphy voice. Be with you. Be with you in just a moment. The hit is fast, precise, and sends the black ball exactly where his player wanted it. His opponent lets out a frustrated sigh. That's that. I believe that 150 American dollars. Joey, you want to pay up now or take the skates again? The disgruntled man accepts his defeat and pays up, then declares he's going to grab another beer. To the victor go the spoils. Thank you kindly. He turns his full attention to you. The man is good looking, is somewhat gaunt and intense. His eyes especially seem to pierce right through to your core, but not in an unpleasant way. Name's Taruk. I believe you're Hanyo. Sophie Langley, the new slave thing. Is that right? He knows about Sophie. How does everyone know? How does everyone always know that? You anarchs too? How does everybody always know that? Word travels fast. But then you care to listen, fledgling. We wouldn't be talking tonight if I had learned that long ago. I'm tired of newer big budget games, but also not interested in playing AAA games altogether, even the older ones. I'm trying to search games that are old, niche, and very obscure. I say this one's kind of obscure because visual novels are in this weird hay where they're popular but not very popular. If you want to play some other visual novels, I have to talk about Higurashi and Umineko. Those are very awesome. Those are very interesting visual novels, murder mysteries, and other supernatural elements I don't really want to break down because it's huge spoilers. But yeah, if you want visual novels, look up Higurashi When They Cry and Umineko When They Cry. Those are both great. Other niche things, I don't know. I haven't really checked out any games for a while. At least like nothing underground, you could say. Forgive me being real with you right off the bat, but I'd like to know who it is I'm dealing with. So here's something that I've been scratching my head about. If you're with Langley, and Langley's cam through and through, I'm told what is you've come to accomplish here tonight. I played this one called Until Then, although now it's gaining popularity. Is a damn good game. Until Then, I mean Until Dawn, because Until Dawn Until Dawn is a great game. The remake was pretty good, except for the music changes. The movie that came out this year, God, that movie was trash. Not a bad movie, it wasn't Until Dawn. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't mind changes when it comes to adaptation. I know the developers from Until Dawn have done other games. I know The Quarry was pretty good. Yeah, it wasn't as good as Until Dawn. Like, it was some not plot holes, but the plot was a little thin at times. The monsters and their lore wasn't as developed. But The Quarry is good. Until Then, it's kind of a visual novel, but the art style is very interesting. Until Then. Oh, okay. So let me look that up real quick. Until Then. Oh, I've never seen this one before. Is this in a PlayStation store? Or probably, Steam. It looks cute. Is it a romance game? Oh, yeah, here's the PlayStation version. Oh, it's cute. It looks cute. Sophie wants to meet with you. I'm here to spike Callahan. I'm here to learn more about the Anarchs. What's this phone keep turning on? Turn off. Sophie Langley wants to meet with you. Don't ask why. She didn't tell me. She just said it was something to do with gathering allies against Boss Callahan. I'm here to arrange that meeting. The fuck? I knew nothing about this, T. They lied to me. Mia's furious. She's looking at the pool cue, and as she was figuring out the best combination for the two. She's gonna break it and stake us. It's fine. I appreciate honesty. Even if you weren't straight with my second in command, that I don't appreciate. I can't get the Eddie Murphy voice right. I want. If I had the money, I would want to get Eddie Murphy just to voice his character, just for dumb reasons. It's a story about teenagers. They go through their daily life, but the main guy, Mark, experiences deja vu, someone else's memories. Turns out is other dimensions, and suddenly some of his class. Kids go missing, tries to figure things out. Oh, that's okay. I like the premise. So it starts off as slice of life, and then slowly introduces more supernatural. All right, okay. Like I said, if you do like that, you really will like the When They Cry visual novels. I know, because they kind of, I won't spoil it, but that does sound very similar. No spoilers. Trying to think of something else, because I did get a few visual novels, but I haven't played them to see how they are. I'm about to recommend Danganronpa, but like, those are. Is Danganronpa mainstream? I mean, there's what 6 games, manga, and like 2 animes. But I'm not sure I would call Danganronpa niche, but those are 2. The first 2 are very interesting. I have not played the 3rd game yet. It has romance. It's very cute, very good story. The story works like they're like Nier Automata, where you gotta play the game 3 times to get the full story each time. It's a new. Oh, all right. I like replay throughs. I like that. It's like Nier Automata. All right, there's more reason for me to start Nier Automata. I got the games, I just haven't played them yet. And that interesting proposition. You can't be seriously thinking about meeting with Langley. She's hardline, Cam. That's a trap. It must be. It just might be. It just might be. He looks at you, pierces you with his unnatural keen eyes. He's about to say something when a door opens at the back of the room. Hey, Taruk, you got a guess. They're in the back. Mia, won't you be a dear and keep our new friend company? I'll see what the commotion is. Sure thing. Taruk tips his hat to you and walks to the back, joining the man who called for him. Mia glowers at you, this time weighing one of the pool balls in her hands. She looks like she has half a mind to chuck it at your face. You gotta be quite happy with yourself, bluffing your way in here. Hey, whatever works. Sorry to be this way. It's not just Sophie. I'm here for... Wait, not just Sophie I'm here for. Hey, there's a romance line, because that's the only reason why we're here. I kind of want us to be the good guy, so whatever works will sound nice. Sorry I had to be this way. I'm curious what this line is. It might have started as a task from Sophie, but I'm glad I could meet you and Truk. Don't hold it against me. No, I'm totally gonna hold it against you. And for a while. You made me look like a chump in front of Truk. Here I begin to think you might make a good addition to our little family. There's a whole lot of trust you'll have to regain before that happens now. Truk appears from a door at the back and calls across the room. Yo, Mia, can I grab you for a second? Hanyo, get over here too. Dude, their Nier Automata has like my top 5 games there. Its soundtrack is the best in the gaming, quite literally. Story is bizarre, and that kind of works. It touches on topics of religion, nihilism, and politics. I know. Nier Automata is one of those great games that I just haven't played for reasons I have no idea of why. I know it's legendary. I know it's all that. I know it's something I got to fix. It'd probably be one of the games we start this year. Probably not in January. I do want to start a new game in January. I'm just not really sure what. It might be Nier Automata. Nier Automata or one of the other games that just just sit in the library and don't get touched. top 5 games. Top 5. What's your other 5 favorite games? Mine will be, you know, once you finish it, there's no going back. That's a hard one to sell. That's a hard one to sell. But I like it. I like your confidence in it. I like how much you like it. But what are your other favorite games? Mine in no particular order would have to be the God of War games, the classics and the new ones, Infamous, and kind of it. I mean, I have other favorite games, but like those are like my to-go series. Like those are my to-go series that I finished and played. Because I was very, very bad at playing and finishing games when I was little. So there was like no real game that I grew up and kind of finished, had like those memories of beating. Once you finish it, there's no going back. You can never experience gaming the same way again. You're pushing this, and I like it. You go to the back room. It's basically a storage area with a single wooden desk. It's pretty cramped, especially considering there's 5 other people in there with you. Turok ushers you in and closes the door behind you and Mia. 2 burly dudes are holding somebody down. A familiar voice reaches your ear. Vince! You bitch! He's back! Dark Souls trilogy. Dark Souls is also something I need to play. Life is Strange. Life is Strange! I love Life is Strange. Well, yes and no. I've kind of fallen out of love with it. That's something I want to replay on the channel. Sirico looks cool, but it also doesn't feel like a game I will like for some reason. Liza P. We were playing Liza P. We're playing Liza P. It's just every time I try to get a stream going for it, something happens. I have to cancel the last minute. Grand Theft Auto 4 and some more. Grand Theft Auto. I was never the biggest fan of Grand Theft Auto. I have part 5, but we haven't finished playing it. I got stuck in that one plane mission and just haven't picked it back up. Wait a second. That plane mission. Fuck! That plane mission. Okay, this has no context and nothing. But the last time I played the Grand Theft Auto 5, it was during that plane mission, and I kept dying. So eventually, I said, "F it, it's getting late." I ended the stream. I went to put something else on the TV so I can watch something before I went to sleep. There was a big glitch with the Roku or the TV. Something happened. The TV blew up. Not literally. Not literally. It just kind of broke. Both the TV and the Roku. I had to find a way to factory reset it. And ever since then, that TV was busted. Like the pixels were all weird and fuzzy. And I was forced to get a new TV. But the funny thing was, when we put that TV in Mama Hanyo's room, we put that in her room, the TV looks fine now. I mean, I got a new TV out of it. It's lovely. But it's weird. That's the reason why I haven't played Grand Theft Auto, probably, subconsciously. Because it broke the TV. Weird rant over. Motherfuckers, you're gonna pay for this. You hear me? The boss is gonna fuck you up so bad you have no idea. Have you had the doubtful pleasure of meeting Mr. Cerruti? I am horrible with words and names. Mr. C before, Hanyo? Yeah, we met yesterday. You could say that. Have score to settle. Play 4. 5 story is really mediocre, and that never happens in any GTA, but it's one of the most mainstream ones because of mods and kids. GTA 4 story is quite depressing and realistic. There's no happy in GTA 4. Good God, what happens? Okay, I might play that one. Because I think the OG trilogy is on sale now. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not. I like more fantastical horror and superhero games. More realistic games and shooters. It's not that I don't like them, they're just not my cup of tea. They're not my two go-to. You're fucked. You're so fucked. You don't even know it. You're a stupid piece of shit. I should have ended you yesterday. The boss told me to stay away from you. You should have listened. That's a story and a half, ain't it, Vince? Calm down now and tell me how many of your guys are still out there on my turf, Go fuck yourself. You're done. The boss will know this stupid piece of shit fledgling came here. He knows they're with Langley. You know what that means, Truck? No, I don't. What does it mean, Vince? Now the boss can wipe you out. He'll just say you're sucking Langley's tit. And all those buddies of yours. Gone. You're done, Truck. Well now, if that's the case, I guess riding NYC of your today ass won't make things any worse, will it? Actually, there's an idea. Vince mentioned that he beat you up yesterday. Did I hear that right, Hanya? You want to repay the favor? It's your turf. You deal with him. I'm trying to play this character as he's a good guy who slowly gets more corrupt. We just killed our first person last night. So I'm not sure if I want to give in to the violence. But then again, he did break our nose, our legs, and other stuff. So what? No. Let's give in to the violence. Gladly. Go right ahead. Okay. That's fine. Although I love some shooters, I drop them from time to time to play some other games. The only shooter I was dedicated to for like a while was Destiny 2. I love Destiny 2. Like I used to play that almost every day. Like I used to play Destiny 2 for like almost every day until was it right after it was like when did I start playing? I stopped playing that like during the middle of the plague of the plague, because I'm not sure if YouTube likes me to say the real word. I stopped playing that right like during the middle of the plague and haven't really gotten back to it. I just re-downloaded the game. All my stuff is there, so thank the traveler. So I'm not sure if I want to get back to that though. Cause I felt like a bad relationship. Cause I keep giving Destiny, I keep giving to it, but the game wasn't really giving me anything new. It felt like I was trapped in a bad relationship. Hurt Vince a lot. You hit Vince once, twice, he's chuckling in the beginning, but you focus your blood for some extra oomph and keep hitting him again and again and again, more and more and more until he stops laughing. He's bruised, battered, and broken. The two Anarch dudes let go of him and you kick him some more while he's on the floor. You only stop when you hear Truck's voice. Oh, extraction shooters. Have you tried Arc Raiders? It's really good. I have the game. It's in the library. I just haven't played it yet. It looks fun. It looks fun. We're just gonna stop. Can I stop this for a second? No, I won't do that. I have all the other ones in my system. Valorant and Raid. Is it Raid? Whatever it's called. I have those, have not played them. I have Fortnite just because our neighbor's boy that we babysit a lot. He's cute. I'm like his uncle. We he made me download Fortnite. I hate it, but I like it. I hate how much I kind of like it. And there's I think there's one more. I can't remember what it is though. Oh, okay. There was also Dead by Daylight. I know Dead by Daylight isn't technically a shooter, but it's still player based. Gotta play with a group of people. Each time I try to play Dead by Daylight, there's no one else online. Like, it's the mission goes either they think the mission goes bad, or it disconnects and I lose patience. enough, Hanyo. I just prefer more story-based games, but there are occasions I like to play those multiplayer ones too. He takes an old pool cue and breaks it over his knee. Stake him and take him downstairs. Let's keep Callahan guessing about what happened to his favorite puppy. Mia takes a sharp piece of wood and jams it into Vince's chest. His features grow slack, his entire body inert. He doesn't even give out a yelp. The other two anarchs take him out of the room. And entertaining as that was, I think Vince is in his unmatched wisdom. Shared more than Callahan would hope for. This changes things. Ever heard about Operation Lights Out, Hanyo? It was a second Inquisition effort here in NYC. A single night of raids at magnitude never seen before or since. The Ivory Tower got away with just a few losses here and there. No major players were hit. They managed to find safe spots and stay out of the eye of the shitstorm. Us, though, we got hit hard. All over town. Havens were rooted out. Entire Coteries and safe houses gone. Just like that. Nobody saw it coming. I barely got out here in one piece. Mia looks at him with concern and puts a hand on his arm. He shrugs it off, gently but surely. Others, like my child, Bob, or Mia's sire, extinguished. But you know who got out without a scratch? Callahan. We thought about it for the past few years. How that big B managed to excuse himself from the Staten Island Museum where we used to meet, just before a vans full of guys and body armor show up. How's it that my baby is burning up after being shot with incendiary rounds? I also see Doug Callahan running with his tail between his legs, pushing fledglings like you in the path of the SI. We think the bastard knew what was coming, and he set us up. Not just us, some of our brothers and sisters who got hit hard, some of the lower profiles in the city's licked population. The moral of the story, Callahan is an opportunist motherfucker. And even if his thickest followers suggest he's going to sell me out, then that's what he's going to do, as sure as the sun rises. He pauses for a moment, and you see him reach a decision. You said something about Langley having an offer for me. It might be your fault in that part. It might be your fault in part that I am at this juncture. But now that's going to be as good as a time as any to listen to what she has to say. I don't think that's wise, T. Well, what will you have me do then? You said it yourself. It's all this fledgling's fault. They brought this on us. So let's use them as bargaining chip. Callahan wants them. Langley needs them. They're valuable. Me? Valuable? I'm just a pawn. I mean, Langley, I think she thinks I'm a puppy or something. I'm sorry, but don't sell me out. What the fuck, Mia? What the fuck, Mia? You said yourself that this was worth the risk. Yeah, for you, you idiot. Worth the risk for you. But now you put all of us in danger, and I'm not cool with that. We've been working for years to keep our family safe. The man puts his hand on Mia's shoulder. She calms down a bit. We're afraid, Hanyo. But then, what else is new? It's a paradox. Being who we are. The hunter, one night, to hunt it another. Masters of the night, slaves to the dawn. A duality to everything. Mia, and I understand your concern, but I need you to trust me like you did before. This is my call and my responsibility. You can give me shit about it later, like I'm sure you will. Count on it. He smiles and takes on a no bullshit look and points at you. 3 conditions. First, I bumped the desk. First, you come and pick me up personally and bring me to the meeting spot. Anything goes sideways, it's your ass. Second, Mia's coming with me. No two ways about it. 8 eyeballs the meeting. The 2 of you, the 2 of us, nobody else. And third, the meeting is in public, downtown, some spot frequented by mortals. We see you take us anywhere fishy. We check out and fuck you up as a message to Langley. I count on it not coming to that, though. You seem likable enough. The cam hasn't gotten its talents in you yet. Keep it up, and maybe you'll come to the same conclusion we did in your own time. I'll repeat your conditions to Sophie. I doubt it. It's dangerous to be an anarch. Nah, let's do this one. You do that. Best be on your way. Ask for me when you need me. The bartender knows how to get in touch. Just ask him to put the owner online. Mia walks you to the door and accompanies you to your car. Listen, about what I said before. I hope you're about to apologize. Sorta. May I, explain myself. I panicked. That's all that was. It was unfair what I said. If anything, it's my fault. I'm angry with myself. That makes me angry with you. Forget it. See ya. She starts walking back to the bar as you start the engine and head back to Sophie's apartment. Time to give Sophie the good news. She welcomes you as openly as ever, clearly excited to see you and for what news you might bring. Good evening, Hanyo. How's your task going? You have something for me, perhaps? I did what you asked. It's done, and it cost me dearly. That's this one. I did what you asked, but I got in some serious trouble. They almost got me killed. Killed you? Who? Slow down. Tell me what happened. Callahan's goons threatened Turok. Turok doesn't trust you. Callahan forbid me from meeting Turok. Boss Callahan's goons grabbed me yesterday and forced me to meet with him. He was very clear that I cannot be seen talking to Turok or he'll have me killed. I went and did it anyway. I appreciate your dedication. I really do. I'm sorry if you got hurt. Thank you for following through. Well, let's hear it. What did Turok agree to? You relay the Anarch's leader's conditions. You are to pick him and Mia up. The meeting should only include the 4 of you, and it should be held in a public space. Those are all fair enough, although I do worry about that Mia character. Tell me, do you think she's trustworthy? She's fine, for Anarch. She tried to sell me out. I just went, Turok trusts her. And I trust Turok. Almost. Well, Turok trusts her, so we can do that. So we can too, I think. Very well. As for the place, I wonder if they will agree to meeting in Hudson Yards. The vessel? Plenty of tourists visit that place, but if we go there after midnight. She seems to have made up her mind. Yes, bring them there tomorrow night. Look for me near the top level. Tomorrow? So soon? Will they agree meeting in the city? This one. What's so important that you can't just send him a letter or something? You'll be there to find out. Pick them up at midnight, then drive back to Midtown. That's the plan. I'll be waiting, as long as it takes. Within reason. I'm counting on you, Hanyo. The final puzzle piece is about to find its way to its destination. After that, We'll get all our just rewards. You, me, the Carmelia, even the Anarchs. I could kiss you. Yes, you like that. You desire it. Wait, what? Oh, that's you must. She must have caught that in your expression. She smiles. Oh, okay. Oh, that was us. That was us. A figure of speech, darling, or at least it is tonight. A few nights from now, who knows? Oh, whoa! I'm growing fond of you, and success least my appetite for all these kinds of things. I wish my figure could blush. I wish I could blush. Okay, okay, I'll be a good. What am I about to say? I'm about to say something. I'm not gonna say that. The sexual tension in the room becomes unbearable until it suddenly disappears. Was this another one of Sophie's tricks, or an actual spark of arousal in both of your undead bodies? I mean, this kind of came out of nowhere, right? Unless I missed something the last couple playthroughs, this kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It kind of makes sense that she would be an only love interest because the other characters are kind of like side characters. They don't really play into the main mission, the main story. You certainly felt the blood flow through you for a short moment. The warmth in your the warmth in your core takes you by surprise. You didn't think you could do that anymore, or do you just imagine it? Ah, are we the type of vampires where basically everything is dead except for our heartbeat? Ah, ha ha ha. Use the rest of the night well, Hanyo, and rest. We are but a day's sleep away from shaking the city awake. Okay, we can do another mission. I am going to take a small break. I'm gonna run and use the little demon's room. I'll be back in a minute. So get up, stretch your legs, get a drink. Do whatever you need. Give me like a few minutes. Okay, we're back, back. Who should we have the mission with next time? This time. Not D'Angelo. That's gonna tear my throat up again trying to get him a voice. A Noisy Reporter Part 3. Frank Coteries, a shining example of journalistic excellence, is trying to get in touch with you. This can't mean anything good. Double Spiral. God, her mission is gonna take so long. Let's do him because I know it's gonna be a quick one. Visiting Sophie's haven, the doorman stops you. You've been here enough times that he recognizes you and says there's a note left for you. You ask about the person who left the note, and the doorman gives a description that can only be Frank Doherty, the reporter. Once you get the note, you step aside to read it. I have what you asked. Everything, all the details. This is crazier than you can imagine. Come to meet me at the Beautiful View Motel in Queens. I'm waiting for you. The note is unsigned. On impulse, you return to the street. You didn't have anything important to do with Sophie anyway. It would be much better to come back with real information. This is a nice little background. This is also a lovely one. Stepping into the Beautiful View Motel, you can't help but think that the name makes promise, that the building fails to deliver. Outside, there's nothing but an ugly parking lot, empty. The paint marking the parking spaces almost completely worn away. Standing in the lobby, it feels like there's decades worth of stale cigarette smoke. You're happy not being able to breathe anymore. The furniture looks like it was picked up from a yard sale in the 60s. There is something appropriate in the grubbiness in the surroundings. They fit the image you have of Frank perfectly. It's appropriate to find him in a place like this. You nod to the old woman manning the reception desk. She seems totally uninterested in what you're doing. Her eyes glued to the small TV perched on the desk. A cop show. Walking deeper into the motel, you find a lounge that might have aspired to a kind of lavish comfort in its glory days. God, sorry. Now it just feels sticky, like you need to wash your clothes afterwards. Frank sits on a bar stool. There's no bartender, but Frank has a shot glass in his hand. He looks even sweatier than usual. Frank fishes with the glass in hand as if he wanted to give a good impression, but couldn't suppress a nervous tick. I hope you're ready, because I have everything you asked for. Frank Doherty is a professional. After all, yes, indeed, they try to smear my name, but I get the story. I hope your story is good. Can I have a drink? This one. Top one. If your story is good, we can have a very fruitful relationship. Very fruitful. They accuse me of being corrupt. Can you imagine? When you make a single mistake, they think they can just start making things up about you. Frank seems to be in a strange mood. Hard to read. Maybe it's just the alcohol speaking, but something is off about him. Who's they? Frank? Everyone. All those assholes who thought they were smarter than me. If you're a reporter, you make mistakes. Everyone does. You make enemies. You get facts wrong. So why was I singled out? You're not sure you can get anything out of Frank. He's throwing himself into a pity party and decided to invite you. You decide to try one more time. Can I help you? I didn't come to hear you whine. We had a deal. Frank sounds like he has plenty more bitterness inside him, waiting to come out. Let me tell you something else. An ear-splitting sound fills the lounge, and a bright flash blinds you. For a second, an irrational panic grips your dead heart. In this sunshine, is this sunshine? Are you going to burn to death in a cheap motel in Queens? As your vision adjusts, something whizzes past you. There's a series of thunking sounds, something impacting the bar. Frank is lifting the shot glass, miraculously still in hand. A massive blood stain spread across his shirt. Did he get shot? For a bizarre, incongruous moment, you stare at the thing sticking out of Frank's chest. It's a crossbow bolt. Another two lie scattered next to the bar, having missed their target. One missed you by a hair's breadth. Well, who shot him? Turning around, you see figures dressed in black tactical gear storming into the room in eerie silence. Perhaps the flashbang damaged your ears. It's a flashbang. That's why we're blinded in the shots. They drop their tactical crossbows and lift up rifles. Who comes prepared with a crossbow? Frank slumps to the floor. A wooden crossbow bolt will paralyze the vampire, but stuck through a human heart, it kills. Scent of blood fills the air. Fight the assailants. No, how dare you? This is for Frank! You are the creature of the night. These attackers can't do anything to hurt you. You will rip them apart. You will regret this. Fuck you! The attackers shoot at you even as you shout. Bullets rip into your body, tearing your internal organs apart. You stagger for a second before launching yourself at the man in front. You grapple him, trying to bite at his neck. To your surprise, your teeth clink into metal. He appears to be wearing some kind of special protective device on his neck. Another attacker hits you in the back with the butt of her rifle. It hurts, and something breaks. You hope it wasn't important as you stagger back, feeling your incisors with your tongue. One is broken from the force of your mangled bite. This was a very bad idea. Oh no, the one time I tried to be awesome and cool, it backfires. The attackers have identical tactical helmets. Their expressions remain invisible under the hard plastic, but you know what they'll do. Shoot you until you die. Vampire or no vampire. Persons try to scare them. You run like a dog. You steal a weapon. Fraying an attack, you lunge at an attacker and yank a pistol from her belt. You don't even have time to get your fingers on the trigger before she hits you in the face with her rifle. The pistol you stole falls from your hand as you feel your nose being destroyed. Painful shards driving deeper into your face. Oh god, we're gonna die. It's hard to see. Your eye might be damaged, but you can't stop to check. One of the attackers have a tactical knife out. The close quarters of the lounge are your only advantage. The attackers don't shoot because they're afraid of hitting each other. Delirious from pain, you stumble to the lobby as a knife plunges into your shoulder and a quick jab out and ready to hurt you again. You dash to the front door and force your failing corpse outside. There are 4 SUVs parked by the motel's front door, all black with tinted windows. A man and a woman, middle-aged, dressed like detective, look at you in surprise as you run past them, bloodied and broken. One tries to yell something at you. You yell something as you stumble to your car, painfully wrench the door open and turn the ignition. For a terrifying moment, you fumble with the keys, but then the car starts and you floor it, tearing into the highway. You only really feel safe once you reach your haven. You take off your clothes, watching in the mirrors as your undead blood starts to heal your wounds. It's an amazing sight. One thing is clear. You almost died. Any human would have been killed from the wounds you sustained. You're still here, wondering what to wear before you head out to meet Sophie. You run into Sophie's building, ravenously hungry from mending your body. The doorman looks at you anxiously as you dash past, unconsciously sensing your bestial nature. You pound on the door of Sophie's apartment, more for the sake of your own nerves than because you think it helps any. After a few moments, Sophie herself opens the door and looks at you in surprise. She doesn't have her makeup on and her hair is disheveled. You caught her on a night off. What happened to you? As you step into the apartment and follow Sophie to her living room, you see the remains of a party. Empty glasses, a faint smell of blood in the air. You have no time to compliment Sophie's social life, however. There was an ambush. I almost died. Yeah. Sophie, they tried to kill me. Calm down, otherwise you're no use to me. Sit down and stay calm. I'll check whether this apartment is still secure. You sit down, suddenly conscious of the vast gulf in experience between you and Sophie. She managed to stay alive for a very long time and knows how to survive. You only hope that you'll survive along with her. For the next hour or so, you sit on Sophie's sofa, answering minute questions about Frank and the commandos who assaulted you. At intervals, she makes mutterings phone calls to a mysterious contact. After a longer while, Sophie lets you go. You should be safe. And more importantly, I should be safe too. I'm taking measures to secure both our havens, but keep your eyes open nonetheless. You leave Sophie's apartment, wondering whether you survive another ambush like this. Okay, so there are hunters. That's good to know. I know we met some earlier last time we were with Tamika. I didn't expect that inside doors to get beaten to half to death. Next night we go. You wake up. This is not your haven. It's a cramped space. You try to move your arms and find they are tied to your body. You can barely bend your legs. When you try to stretch your neck, you hit a cold ceiling. But what the heck? I thought we were just in Sophie's place. Where are we? Where the frick are we? You can't quite believe it, but this is the coffin or something close to it. It vibrates slightly, but you can't hear any sounds coming from outside. It's entirely dark. Try to break out. Sharpen your senses. You focus and divert your blood to boost your senses. You begin to deduce some details. The vibrations mean you're in some kind of transport, maybe a car. You can just hear the suggestion of an engine hum. The coal interior is metal, for sure. More sounds than you try to focus on. A male voice, indecent. The crackle of a radio. The brakes of the car. An impact. The container jostles about. The car door opens violently. You hear a gun being cocked. A panic scream. SI soldier. Operation Compromise. Engaging blank bodies. A defining shot rings you in your ears. Dazed, you return your senses to their normal levels. The ringing continues. The lid comes off. What the? Where are we? Well, I'll be damned. That shifty fucker delivered the goods. Tell me, I didn't just cut the driver up for nothing. D'Angelo and Tamika, like they're together? Like they're coming to help me or something? Wait, so the side stories actually do help? You gotta scram fast.
Follow us.
Seeing their faces is surprising, even more so in these circumstances. However, you realize that immediate danger and follow your companions out of the car and down the street in North Bronx. The van has crashed into another car. A familiar face, that of Kaiser's ghoul Jackie, stumbles out of the wrecked sedan and slinks away into the darkness before you can call after him. The three of you jog away towards the line of the trees and take shelter under some branches. Just you hear a chopper approaching. Its searching illuminates the wrecked van and moves towards you.
Lay low.
D'Angelo does his disappearing trick and vanishes from sight. You look to Tamika and almost do a double take when you see her submerged up to her neck in the soil. She then disappears entirely underground. You're left alone with just seconds to make your move before the spotlight finds you. Hide behind the closest tree. Dive under a nearby bush. Dash deeper into the park. You take off before the light can reach you. In just a single dash, you find a small, overgrown mound beneath an old tree. You realize you didn't have to run that far. The searchlight passes through where you were standing just seconds ago, but doesn't actually reach much further into the park. The helicopter flies on, its searchlight frantically moving through the vicinity of your companions, once again appear in your proximity.
Nice job, kid. They seem to be moving on. Come on, before these SI fucks change their mind.
Wait, SI? Can you tell me what's going on? Yeah, what the heck is going on here?
Wait here, both of you. Tamika, fill them in. I'll go scout ahead.
The SI nabbed you 2 days ago. They raided your haven, staked you while you slept, and took off with you. We only learned this last night from Kaiser of all kindred. How did the SI know where I live? Kaiser organized this? Why? What about Sophie? Is she safe? Couldn't tell you. Kaiser didn't say.
Hey, I saw Kaiser pull up. Come on, time to blow this joint.
Kaiser's familiar car stops nearby, and the back door opens. Your allies usher you inside, enjoying you. Being inside this mobile fortress never felt like a relief. Until now.
Hey, fledgling. Miss me?
Yeah, actually. Not really, but I'm glad you're here. But I will say this, I'm glad you're here.
Well,
I'm not overly fond of breaking licks out of covert SI transport, so I'll consider this an investment. That was a civilian transport, no convoy. Nothing I expect more resistance. What, you want to more to sharpen those claws on yours on? Don't worry, that might still happen. You might even regret it. Things are afoot as the ages go. Anyway, listen up. Hanyo. You are here now, only because I told your buddies that you are neck deep in shit. That van you were in, a one-way ticket to Hartville. Painesville. I broke you out as a favor. Now you owe me big. How did you know? Why didn't I wake up earlier? Yeah, why didn't I know? And take a drink. How the hell did you know the SI broke into my haven and took me away? Is that a piss poor attempt as an insult, fledgling? I kept eyes on you ever since that little job you did for me in Nolita, you know, in case I needed you for something else. Had to know your comings and goings. I have a good idea on why, yes, I hit you, Hanyo. Not that there aren't a ton of good reasons for it. It might have been one of these, for instance. Ah, I forgot to say it without the lips. The screens in Kaiser's car flicker, and each of them now shows a short loop clip. It's you getting into a fight, feeding, using one of your powers. You haven't exactly kept a low profile, fledgling. I get it. You're new to this. You didn't know better. Yada yada yada. The fact is, yes, I had tons of this stuff. Security camera footage, YouTube videos posted by onlookers, social media posts from victims, you name it. Like I said though, I don't think one of these did you in. Slip-ups happen.
Not to you, though, right? I was wondering how is that you can drive a purposely luxurious limo around NYC and not get caught. What's your secret? Buy doubles? Decoy cars?
Kaiser smiles for that anthropic paranoia look you saw a few times before. You do know what killed the cat, don't you, Mr. Finch? D'Angelo freezes and scratches his face, looking fiercely at the other Nosferatu. You notice that his hands are shaking. Well, do you? Stop shitting on the unholstery and answer. Or should I use your given name too?
Yeah, I know why the cat croaked.
You would, wouldn't you? Never seen D'Angelo serve anyone a death stare quite like that, like the one he's shooting at Kaiser now. As much as I enjoy tempting your over-infatuated ego, we're nearing our destination, so I think I'll move on. The reason I need you walking and talking, Hanyo, is to test a hypothesis of mine. For that, I need you to finish what you're tasked to do. So first things first. Here. He hands you a phone. The number has already been dialed. You hear the tone. Somebody picks up. Who is this? It's me, Sophie. Hanya, are you okay? They're fine and dandy. Kaiser, what are you doing on this line? What do you think is my phone your protege is using? So keep it snappy. Offering a secure network ain't cheap. Come on, Hanyo, spit it out. Kaiser saved me from the SI. My friend saved me from the SI. I got captured by the SI. Just a second. D'Angelo and Tomica saved me from the Second Inquisition. Sophie, I only got out because of them. Their companions look at one another knowingly. SI. That's what I feared. Listen, the plan we need to do it tonight, but the Inquisition is involved and you broke out. They'll be looking for you, so we can't meet in public. I have a place in mind, but Kaiser, are you still listening? Would I tell you if I wasn't? Hanyo called this number from where you visited before last you spoke. I'll come pick you up. She hangs up. And that's that.
Gotta tell you, kid, this entire conversation has my curiosity all right.
Yes, I feel like I missed the part where you were involved in some conspiracy. Ha, and them, us, D'Angelo here and every other kindred in this goddamn city and everywhere else as far as I know. We'll talk more after our mutual acquaintance continues with their night. If my intel is worth a damn, your next stop, Hanyo, is right about here. The car comes to a stop and the door opens. Outside you see the streets leading to Solids and Stripes, Turk Pool Pub. Well, you need me to kick you out? How the fuck do you know about this place? What about my companions? What about D'Angelo and Tomica? What about them? They're staying right here where they are, and we are going to have a little chat. After we're done, I'm sure they'll find their way back to their havens just fine. The clock is ticking. I think I know what Sophie wants to do tonight. If I'm right, tonight's the last chance you got it. If you want to say bye to your buddies before you go, that's fine by me, but that schedule of yours is pretty hectic, so you better do it now and scram. Thank your companions for your help. Say your goodbyes. Give a polite nod. It's just this. No, say goodbye. I like them. You thank both your companions for their assistance. Without them, you wouldn't be here now. Kaiser makes a gagging gesture and urges you to step out of the car. You turn around and make your way to the bar. The door closes behind you and Kaiser's limo starts moving again. You hope your companions won't have to pay too high of a price for helping you. The Solids and Stripes is pretty much abandoned tonight, with only the bartender, one barely-eye local watching an old Bogart movie on the bar screen. Drop the controller, my lovely controller. You have to use the phone and call Sophie first. Yes. I'm at the bar. Are you on your way? What's the plan? We're on our way. Notify Truck if he's not there. We need to talk as soon as possible and move quickly. She hangs up. You tell the bartender to notify Truck, just like the Anarch leader mentioned you should. The man makes a short call. You only hear somebody picking up, but no words exchanged. The owner's on his way right now. Can I get you anything while you're waiting? Do you serve the special stuff? The bartender raises an eyebrow. Special reserve, you mean? Sorry, I can only serve that to a narrow selection of the owner's friends. It's been a rough night. Give me a break. Please. Just a sip. I don't know. I really shouldn't. What the hell. You really do look you need it. He takes out a bottle from a safe behind the counter and pours a bit of brown liquid into the glass. It's whiskey. There. Enjoy. God darn, I need some blood. Your disappointment is palpable. At least the smile is nice. Truck comes in some 10 minutes later without Mia. He tips his hat to you, puts a hand on the barely-eyed patron's shoulder, and says something to him under his breath. They both laugh. Marty, how's the night going? Quiet, sir. Just how you like, huh? Truck notices the untouched glass with a bit of whiskey in it, and that you're persuade the bartender to pour. For me? Shouldn't have. He takes the glass and drinks the liquid, moving it around his mouth before swallowing. He looks at you in the eye. Sure, I won't keep it in forever, but the night when I don't enjoy the taste of good whiskey is the night when I will truly consider myself damned. Well, Hanya, I believe you want me here for a reason. Let's hear it. You're about to tell him what brought you here when the doors to the bar open and Sophie walks in, all slender and charisma. The patron's eyes are now glued to her, and so are the bartender. Turuk isn't happy with the sight. Well, this isn't what we agreed on, Hanyo. Care to explain? Turuk, meet Sophie. Sophie, meet Turuk. We had to, improvise. Things got complicated. We had to improvise. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I believe Hanyo already told you why I'm here. Not in detail. The circumstances of our meeting were supposed to be different. So, Ms. Langley, tell me why I shouldn't ask you to leave and kick out your protege while I'm at it. You will like what I have to say. Yeah, Heard that line 100 times, but 91 of those ended with somebody getting hurt. And that's not something I'm in the mood for tonight. Well, we are wasting time. There is a unique opportunity we should take advantage of, and we only have an hour or so to discuss it before it will be time to act. My driver is waiting outside. Wait a goddamn minute. First of all, I'm not going anywhere without Mia. That was the deal. Second is Hanya, who is supposed to do the driving, not your servant. Both serve me, so really it's a little difference. The circumstances changed and we had to adapt. Don't be stubborn. Foolishness does not suit you. I have a secure spot in mind where we can talk. I'll stop you right there. Truck is seething, but he keeps a lid on his anger. His voice barely changes. My conditions were clear. The way I hear it, you want to break each one of them. I see no reason to agree to any of this. I believe I will be staying put tonight. You have places to be, yes? Truck, you're throwing away the only chance you have at challenging Callahan. Don't be a fool. The lid comes off. Call me a fool one more time, woman. And that's not the only thing I'm going to be throwing. Sophie, Truck's right. You're both acting like children. You need to put your differences aside and see the other's point of view. Both Sophie and Turok glare at you. No powers, just their personas are enough to make you feel like you prefer to be anywhere else but here. Who the fuck do you think you are? There's only one child here, Hanyo. You're the patron, Langley. What does that tell us? What are you implying? You insolent. Shots break the front window, and a flashbang goes off in the room, changing the bar into a space of white light and ringing noise. You feel somebody tugging your back and are thrown behind the bar. More shots ring out. Bottles break, the TV shatters into pieces, the wooden bar splinters. Your sight comes back, but you think you've gone deaf because suddenly the room is silent. You see Truck beside you, and Marty, the bartender, bleeding out on the floor. You look over the bar. Sophie is standing there, her dress partially tattered, a visible hole in her leg. She is like the heart of a supernova, entrancing, unavoidable, beautiful, and terrifying. In front of her are 8 operatives looking like a private military force, just standing there, paralyzed by Sophie's magnificence. Turok, you still there? Yeah. Will you kindly show your guests some hospitality? Sure thing. The anarch is gone in a blink of an eye, and he reappears next to one of the soldiers. The armor-clad operative head disappears in a puff of blood and bone. The same thing happens to the second, the third. You hear the radios go off and the other soldiers on the other soldier's shoulders. Soldier's shoulders, a panicked voice pleading them to wake up. The fourth head pops. The fifth. They finally realize what's happening, but it's too late. The sixth man is beheaded by what you now see is just Truck. Bare fisted punching. Like, he's not even ripping their head off, he's just punching their heads. Truck stops by the seventh man, rips something off his neck, and bites down. Sophie walks over to the last man and has him kneel in front of her before biting as well. On your right is a man in full body armor, emerges from the back door raising his assault rifle. What the fuck? Grab his attention. Disarm the soldier. With a rush of speed, you take hold of the soldier's gun. He's too surprised to hold on to it. You turn it on him and shout the first thing that comes to your mind. On the ground, now! A combat knife crashes through the soldier's visor into his skull. You turn around. Truck is grinning, his mouth something under his breath. You hear the exact words. Still got it. Langley? Sophie wipes her mouth of blood and looks at him. That means still an item? Yes. I'll take it. Splendid. Turok walks behind the bar and checks on the bartender. You see the Anarch opens his own wrist and feeds the blood to the wounded man. Drink up, Marty. That'll make you feel better. Get the hell out here and wait for Mia. She's coming, and she'll know what to do. Turok? Yeah, coming. Take the back door, Hanyo. Come on. You slink back into an alley behind the bar, leaving 10 bodies and one grievously wounded ghoul behind. Nobody stops you from circling around the block and finding your way to Sophie's car. Gregory drives away casually as if this was just another late night drive, not the crowning of a desperate, complicated evening. The sense of irony is just overwhelming. The place where Sophie brought Turok turns out to be the very same apartment in which you were embraced. Wait, what? 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 Why? Why? Why are we back here? Why are we back here? The way she explains it, the vampire who owned it left the city a few years ago and gave away spare keys to a few trusted competitors. It's been used sporadically since. Fancy. You like it? It's always felt too modern for my taste, but what's important is that it's secure. As long as nobody follows your car here, or the fledgling, trouble follows this one wherever they go. Even if that's the case, we have very little time to conduct our business here anyway, and we'll be leaving soon. I hope. So let's begin. Finally. This better be worth all the trouble. Dealing with Kaiser, and then with Mia, getting picked up by... I assure you it will. You realize that if you finish that sentence, Turok would have probably tear you a new one. Literally. Most likely. I have on good authority that Boss Kahan is blood-bound to Prince Panhard. Turok sucks in air loudly. That's an accusation and a half there, Langley. Got proof? Bloodbound. Bloodbound. What does bloodbound mean again? Do we know? Is there a term for that? Okay, it sounds familiar. Coteries, child, lineage, clan, bloodline. It's not bloodbound. Bloodbound. A mysterious enforced relationship between a vampire and another mortal or kindred. Drinking the blood of a vampire directly from the vein 3 times creates an intense loyalty in the drinker, resembling infatuation or obsession. The bond loses its grip with time, but is reinforced by repeated drinks from the donor vampire. Okay, so that's what bloodbound means. So I'm guessing they're saying Callahan and Panhard, whatever her name is, they probably got a little freaky sometime in the past, or did to form some kind of beneficial relationship between the clans. No, but we're just a boat ride away from getting it. What that's supposed to mean. Hanyo, the address I procure from Kaiser, was the mean spot for Panhard and the Baron's regular sharing of blood and other bodily fluids. In the rumor. Okay, alright, so it is like a little... They are like a secret item thing. Wait, Kaiser knew about this? Is there anything else that insatiable clump of dead skin doesn't know in this city? He knows things, but only shares them if you pay. Neither the prince nor Callahan can touch him. He's too useful. So Kaiser knows you wanted the address? Aren't you afraid Kaiser will betray you? Kaiser said saving me was in his interest. Says something about having plans for me, that he wanted me to make this meeting happen. That can't be good, right? That is an interesting point. I think Kaiser might be interested in shaking up the status quo as we are. A chaotic landscape makes for a great market for him, unlike a static one. I don't like playing into that creep's hands, but at least now I know that I'm doing it. The devil knows, and all that. What was the address he gave you? They meet regularly on Ellis Island. In fact, their next scheduled meeting starts in just around half an hour. Hot damn! I'm guessing you want to crash that meeting. Why? So you can see the proof for yourself. So that I can make sure too. So that I can have an extra pair of eyes for Penhard to consider when I present to her my ultimatum. The prince must abandon her seat and leave New York City. She can go wherever she pleases, but if she stays, the entire court will know, and the next prince might not look favorably on her past. Dealing with anarchs, especially so closely, is a punishable offense in the Camellia, as I'm sure you've heard. So I did. Turok strokes his beard and looks intently at Sophie. What exactly are you trying to accomplish here? Say you remove Penhard and even remove Callahan. Then what? Turok, do you ever wonder why Callahan is keeping you in check? Because I wonder why the prince condemns anarchs during her visits to Elysium, but doesn't allow the ivory tower to challenge you. She, or they, have engineered this status quo not for the good of their sex, but for private gain. They keep us all in line because it lets them hold onto power that much longer. And your goal was what? Make this Cold War turn hot? Not a great plan. You Cammys will get your butts kicked out of NYC in no time. If you anarchs manage to organize, which I doubt you will, at any rate, it's a risk I am willing to take. I don't stand alone in this. This entire operation has been years in the making. Turok, I'm offering you a chance to square things with Callahan and level the playing field. If you get rid of these two, we can start an equal footing at the next stage of this damn macabre. Why am I here listening to this? How do I factor into this plan? Yes, we'll be taking you with us to Ellis Island, both as another set of eyes to witness the Prince and Baron in the act, and as a bit of added security. I don't think Helenin or Callahan would dare to lay a finger on me, but they will not find me unprepared. You know, after all those years spent in Callahan's shadow, and taking part in all the kindred dick-measuring contests, I should expect a ruse, some ploy to kill me in an out-of-way place. That's our inherent paranoia talking. My gut tells me it's time to get this show started. I do hope you have a boat nearby, Langley. Sophie smiles mischievously. Well, of course I do. It is waiting for us by the pier. Lead the way, then. Moonlight's burning. The three of them leave the apartment and walk towards the pier. Nobody seems to be following you. You get on a small patrol boat and double time it through the Hudson's cold, dark waters. Out of all the places in NYC where the Prince and Baron could meet, is Ellis Island, a landmark with a dark past, a museum on one hand, a dilapidated piece of history on the other. You leave the boat and make your way to the southern part of the island, paying no heed to the renovated tourist attractions on the northern side. You expected some resistance, a night guard, a helicopter flying overhead, or maybe an NYPD patrol boat. Nothing. The island seems completely deserted. It's clear this set Sophie on edge. She's moving as quietly and subtly as ever, but you can see that she's eager to reach the particular house her intel pointed out. Turok is following suit, grimly determined, flashing his piercing gaze all over, still clearly uncertain that this isn't some kind of con. Finally, you see it. A light coming from a window in one of the buildings at the edge of the island. The three of you slowly creep closer to the building and take a look inside the window. There it is. Callahan, kneeling in front of the prince, sucking on Panhar's wrist, both fully clothed, a small blessing. Turok makes his move, and before Sophie can stop him, he busts through the building's door. It all happens very quickly. Turok grabs Callahan by the shoulders and throws him through the still open door. Callahan hits the ground hard. Turok appears on top of him and starts punching. Alright, here we go. You fucker, you piece of shit. Stop. The prince's voice takes hold for just long enough to make Turok relent, which the Baron uses the fullest. He shoves Turok off himself and tries to bite down. Prince, call off your lapdog. Langley, what is the meaning of this? The two anarchs break apart, both wounded, but neither is quite done yet. They look at one another with pure hatred.
Kill the bitch, Helen! Then leave the fledgling to me. Right after I deal with this shit stain. I'm gonna...
A shrill, unpleasant laugh fills the air. You know who it belongs to. We all know. Whoa, Thomas Arturo. We haven't seen this guy since, like, basically the beginning of the game. Right? I forgot his old deal. So entertaining. Truly, it feels almost a shame to break up this spectacle, but alas. Thomas? Who the fuck is this Joker? Yes, I don't think we met, though. I did hear a lot about you, Mr. Turok. My name is Thomas Arturo, and I... Callahan uses this moment of uncertainty to strike. He's still too slow for Turok, who throws the boss onto the lawn where the two exchange blows once again. Helenin, if you'd be so kind to ask your friend to not hurt our guest too much. Callahan, don't kill him! This time Callahan comes out on top and grabs Turok in an iron hold. Your companion struggles but can't quite break away.
I will not be denied, Helen. Not this time.
You will do as I command. And she will do as I command her. Douglas, oh boy. What? What is going on? I'm confused just as much as everyone else. Like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I feel like I need to break this little spectacle. It's been going on for much too long. You think you're so smart, Langley? You and the clique? You figured out that there was something fishy going on all your own, but you were always working with just a piece of puzzle. Wasn't she, Hanyo? Sophie looks at you, shocked and disappointed. What are you talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about, Toro? What I'm talking about, you ask? You, fledgling. You don't know? How could you? Only I knew. And your sire, of course. They're the one who agreed to embrace you after some negotiations. Your scream and a curse is Callahan, whose arm's been nearly ripped off his body. Turok breaks out of the Baron's grasp, but doesn't continue the attack. Instead, he's at the edge of the water in the blink of an eye and disappears into the Hudson. The only trace left of him is his fedora. Well, why? Turok escaped? Another actor goes off script at the very end. No matter, let him bring us some amusement now that the production is almost wrapped up. He'll reach his allies. He'll tell everyone of this. Helenin, Even if we naively assume his nights aren't numbered now, that he's in the SI sights, this show must go on one way or another. Won't hurt to encourage leaks and speculation. Sophie looks at you. How could you, Hanyo? Hanyo, I saved you. Arturo suddenly appears next to her and slaps her in her face. Oh! Slapped her. I mean, she fucking deserves it. She really does deserve it, but really? Langley, what happened to your self-esteem? You can't really think a simple Neonite has outplayed you. Or maybe this oblivious act of your way of groveling for mercy. Thomas, what? You thought being an expert chess player will always be enough? You never realized that the people at the top simply flip the chessboard over and punch you in the face whether they don't like how the game is going. Flip the chessboard over! Is that Umineko reference? That's an Umineko reference. He motions to the remaining kindred. But the thing is, you weren't even adept at playing the game you knew. Hanyo, just another pawn, placed on the board by my associate. You thought they were your piece since you took them in, but who gave you the idea? Wait, he was there, right? He was there when we were brought to Elysium, right? Let's go back. You returned to the night where you were judged by Prince Panhard. The woman in red, Sophie, somebody speaking to her, a man in glasses, the man standing before you now. This is cruel. We know what's going on, what's going to happen. If only somebody would speak up for the poor child. They could be a useful tool for the Camellia. Terror crept onto Sophie's face. Of course, those are not the words you heard, were they? No, you were already grasping for some opportunity to further your scheme. I put the bait out and took it. And you took it. Hook, line, and sinker. After that, it was only a matter of time before you started using Hanyo as your errand boy. No one is quite as easy to track and monitor as naive fledgling who just learned the ropes. What is it that you want, Thomas? What do I want? Oh boy, the answer is so simple but so hard to put into words. Unstable stability, cutting-edge tales of thrills and intrigue that push to the limit, and then return you to the tired and tested status quo, gently, infallibly. A system full of distractingly moving parts which simulate conflicts so convincingly that this user never feels the need to direct their energy towards upsetting the system. Achieving the eternal through disposable, building a city that's like a ship of Theseus, containing, constantly changing its parts, yet always maintaining the same purpose, serving the same goal at all times. A large scale infrastructure that has something like an exhaust system for the spirit, something that disperses the toxicity around instead of concentrating it into a single place. None of what you're saying makes the slightest bit of sense. Stop your fucking rambling bullshit and say it in plain English. Arturo is momentarily stopped in his tracks. He stares into the sky for a few seconds before a sad grin appears on his face. Spoken like someone who never really had what it takes to make it in the big leagues. With a theatrical snap of his fingers, he gives his last statement a sense of finality. Something's changed in the air. A woman's shape slinks behind Sophie's back. Goodbye, Sophie. A person behind Sophie. You can't believe your eyes. Is Adelaide Davis holding garden shears in her hand. Wait, what? Warn Sophie. Apologize to Sophie. Push Sophie out of the way. Oh no. Sophie. She's my well, she's not my maker, but she did take me in. She did say we might be something more in the future. Warner, help her. We take off and rush towards Sophie. You only take a few steps before a figure blinks right next to you, pushes you away. Arturo. You hear the sheer snip. Sophie's red hair conceals her face as her head falls, separated from her shoulders. Silence. Sophie is gone? She's on the cover of the game! Arturo's unpleasant laughter erupts right next to you. Oh, Hanyo, your career is moving at a breakneck pace, moving up and down and up. Let me congratulate you on your promotion. You killed her! What do you want from me? I mean, she was kind of awful, but what is this? What's the rush? I was about to get to that. Hane, feel free to leave us and take the Baron with you. Thomas, I don't think you should. Shh. You're just being jealous. Adelaide, escort the prince to dear old Douglas, please. Sure thing, darling. Oh, the invisible girl! The invisible girl! Was she here the entire time? You're left alone next to Sophie's body. You try not to look, but it's hard to ignore her little frame decomposing in front of your eyes. Congratulations, you won this little game. You set out on a suicide mission and successfully brought down the power-hungry wannabe tyrant, even if you probably wasn't the way you imagined it. Now you're free to enjoy paradise again, life after death, immortality, eternal youth. What they don't tell you is, of course, living in paradise is inherently sinful when not everyone can partake. But you have time to learn now. You have time to learn how to live with sin, don't you? He takes a melancholic look at the city skyline surrounding him, the Statue of Liberty and the lights of Manhattan shimmering in the distance. You know, New York taught me to believe in fate. My own life began right here, and it began with utter despair. My first instinct was to drown myself in the Bronx and keep reading and reading until literature gave me the piece of wisdom I needed to go on. Personally, I find reading a silly hobby in retrospect. I always had this minuscule hope that the next sentence I read could finally bring me salvation, but it never did. It only gave me fuel for this elevated righteousness, intellectual suffering. But the more I read, the easier it was for me to boil every paragraph down to a power relationship. The characters influence over each other, the writer trying to impress the reader, etc. The strings everyone pulls started to look like strands that weave into the fabric of fate. And once I saw its beauty, I got teary-eyed. My artistic instincts kicked in overdrive. I didn't have to submit to fate. All I had to do was cooperate with it and find a way for my time to shine. Give it my input, whether it needed, until it trusted me to do more. Thomas stepped over with left of Sophie, wiping his glasses with an elegant cloth from his pocket. And it did. Fate let me look after the city. With my architect's tools, I started quietly shaping the streets and corridors, while Kaiser and his ilk shaped the information flow. And among many tools the process gave me, one of them was a way to reliably come up with useful agents like you. The methods I used were crude at times, but the route was there. All you had to do was follow it. Some people write rule book passages. The others plain city arteries. In the end, the effect is the same. Someone always follows. He puts on the glasses and gives you a long, hard look. You know, I have grown fond of you. You did so well. Even when the idiot Callahan tipped the Inquisition off, you still got out. I like that kind of resourcefulness. I could use that kind of resourcefulness. He uncovers his wrist. So, take my blood. Just enough so we can start off the right foot. I sign a good faith. I sign that you're ready to play the big leagues. Ready to behold the sights of I prepare for you. What do you say, Hanyo? Wait, rage against your fate and complete the game with any character. That's it? That's the main story? I just finished the game? Like, that's the ending for that was bullshit. Thomas, or whatever the heck his name is, was barely in the plot. How is that a good twist? How is that a good reveal? And we don't even fully know any of this stuff. The Baron was barely a character for like to be like a epic thing. The Prince and the Baron had to be a little bit more involved. That sucks. I mean, I enjoy a lot of the side stories interactions, but the main story sucked. Oh, there has to be a little bit more. There has to be a little bit more to what we just did. You better not end this playthrough like this. Come on, come on. No. The balls on this game. The balls. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that's how this stupid game ends. I like the game. I really do like the game, but still. Alright, so that was Vampire the Masquerade, the Coteries of New York. And it was okay. It was okay. I liked it. I had fun with it. I wish it was a little different. I wish we had I wish it was a little different. I mean, as a visual novel, I like the look of it. I like the feel the game comes off as. I liked a lot of the choices we were given. I just don't. I thought the ending was kind of trash. The ending was kind of trash. If this was a movie, if this was like a movie or just like a regular book, I'd be so ticked off. I felt like I wasted my whole time on the story. But we do have other options, so let's see what this is. Choose your clan. Toradora. The divas seek thrills of art, romance, and cruelty amidst. That's who we played before. Then we also got the Ventura. The aristocratic blue bloods embody wealth, sovereignty, and control. A top-level corporate executive will join their ranks tonight. The Bruja. The rebel against power and rage against authority. A seemingly insignificant man with significant ideas that will join their ranks tonight. So how different is the game if we play these other characters? So let me look that up real quick. Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York. Do the other characters have different options? These are options. I hate the AI overview, but I admit it does come in handy. Yes, in Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries New York, the different playable characters, Fincher, Tirdo, Bruja have unique dialogue, different powers, disciplines, and distinct story paths and personalities. Though they follow the same main plot beats and reach the same conclusion, your choices with companions and their recruitment offer more branching. Each clan's perceptive colors, the experience affecting how you interact with the world and potential allies. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So we finished this in 6 streams. We should be able to quickly breeze through Bruja and Fincher. I'm gonna look at this real quick. I have the fighting game right here. I have not started yet. I finish over quick. It's gonna take too long. Oh, screen all black. There we go. Oh shit. Ah, but. Ah, but. There we go. You're not supposed to see that. You're not supposed to see that. So how do these other ones go? So that was the. Oh, I was trying to do these in order. Check up the blah 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 blah. Information. No. Product information. This came out in 2020, March. Reckoning of New York. Oh, this one 2024. I know there's another one that came out in 2020. Which one was you? Which one was you? Swan Song? 2022. $2023. Are we missing one? I feel like we're missing one. I thought I got all these weird games. Vampire. Bloodline. Oh, this one's on sale. Vampire Crawlers. What is that one? Vampire Blood Dynasty. Oh, that Vampire Romance game. Oh, it looks cute. So I guess in Bloodlines is the sequel to the older games, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it. So that's the that's the base game on sale. Santa Monica Memories. What the heck are that? Expansion Pass, Santa Monica Memories, Loose Cannon, the fall of the Flower in the Flame? What's the Flower in the Flame? Oh god, the ratings are shit. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So I'm guessing the next one we'll start will be... Which one? It would be one of these two, right? $2023. And this one is 2022. The one down here. Oh, there's Shadows of New York. I completely missed that one. In 2020. Okay, I know there was two that came out in 2020. Let's see what this one looks like so far. Or so far. Let's just look at the opening menu. Vampire the Masquerade. Shadows of New York. New York. New York. World of Darkness. Loading circle, load. Come on, it's really late. This little demon has to go to sleep and clean up the house.
Hurry the fuck up. Hurry the fuck up, you loading circle. We want to see you. We want to go. We want to go. We want to move.
Ooh, look at that sucks couple. In Pacific settings. Julia, night 1. Wait, did I already start something? I remember starting this. Why is it? Why it already says night 1? Welcome to my castle. Where's it again? Save and exit. Okay, so I guess you don't really get, I guess you can't really choose with the game. You can't really choose your characters on like Coteries, right? Welcome to my cat. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can choose your characters. At least so far that we can tell. Maybe we can choose who we want to play in after whoever Julia is. But okay, so that was my first Vampire the Masquerade game. How did I feel about it? Like, I liked it. I had fun playing it. I did not have a single moment where I regretted doing this game. The ending still sucked, though. The ending sucked. Just because I couldn't see it coming does not make it a good twist. And maybe it'll be better when I play the other two characters. When I'm Bluha. Or whoever the other one is. Venturlo. Kahura or Toridoro. The Toridoro before. So next time we'll do Bluha. And next time we'll do Venturo. And we'll try to rush those. Probably done by the end of February. Not the end of February. At the end of January. January. Not February. Good God, no. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Or early morning, technically. Thank you all for joining. Oh, shit, sorry. Thank you all for joining me. I had a super fun time. Thank you, Estrella Cat, for the awesome follow on Twitch. And thank you, Rack001, for the interesting conversation and game recommendation. I'm going to keep you there for a second so I can look up those games later. But yeah, I have to go. It's getting super late. I got doctor's appointments and other stuff to deal with and move with and normal, everyday, awful life stuff. So I'm gonna go. Have a good night or morning or evening, wherever you may be in this awesome shitty world we all have to share. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.